Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tardis Zone Live. The BBC doubles down. Yes, the BBC are not backing down on this. As you've already seen, Digital Spy have scraped the barrel by getting Beth from the Time Ladies to actually explain Doctor Who canon, which is an absolute joke considering that the woman goes around slating half of the male fandom, and also actually hasn't got a clue about Doctor Who canon because she's been pulled up before on Twitter for not getting her facts right. So according to this twat, all of this fits in perfectly with the show's canon. No, it doesn't, you shill. No, it doesn't, you fraud. You're an absolutely pathetic joke of a Whovian. You're not even a Whovian. You ought to be ashamed of yourself calling yourself a Whovian. You and the other shills that have been supporting this are all a bunch of little traitors. So, let's show you what the BBC is planning. This is an article from Digital Spy. So the bastards at the BBC have decided, instead of listening to fans, no, we're just going to double down. We're going to fuck Doctor Who up as much as we can. And you know what we're going to do as well? At the same time, we're going to fucking spit all over Patrick Troughton's grave. So here we go. And Ted is actually crying because there's a football match on in the background and there's some fucking idiot in this apartment block at 9:30 that thought it was a good idea to get a drill out and start fucking drilling. So as you can tell, I'm not in the best of form. So let's read this stupid fucking article, right? I'll put it up in video form if you don't want to go through the whole mess of reading it. But Doctor Who retcons season 12 or series 12, as we say here, master into original series episode. And by the way, before I read this article, I did a video in May, which I'm going to put up on the screen in a few minutes, where I spoke about Chris Chibnall was thinking about reimagining classic Doctor Who episodes. So all you little haters out there that are saying that I was a fraud and my sources are fraud, well, I said this back in May. I've got the proof, so you can go and suck my bleeding middle finger. Yeah? Don't give a shit anymore. Right, so let's have a look. I'll show you that video now in a minute, but let's have a look at this stupid article. BBC are definitely doubling down. By the way, Digital Spy scraping the barrel for people like Beth from the Time Lady. She's not even a bloody journalist. Yeah? If you're going to get someone, Digital Spy, to actually write anything about Doctor Who canon and how it fits in, why don't you get a bloody expert instead of someone that joined the show in the late 2000s, a bloody fake, a fraud, a vlogger that got that BBC uses a mouthpiece, a shill, a little traitor, like them all. They're all going to be called out, every single one of them. Bunch of twats, the whole lot of yous. I'm not reading this whole article because it's huge, but Doctor Who has retconned Series 12's master into Patrick Troughton's episode from the original series. Doctor Who is the longest running sci-fi TV series. It's hard to believe, but there was a time when the British broadcaster didn't realise how valuable the property was, that they gave it a shoestring budget and didn't bother to store the episodes because they assumed nobody would ever rewatch them. As a result, the BBC wiped a lot of the tapes from William Hartnell to Patrick Troughton's era. Even the first Doctor's Regeneration episode, The 10th Planet, was erased. Only a handful of clips remain. 97 of the 253 Doctor Who episodes broadcast between 1963 and 1969 no longer exist. But the BBC is attempting to fill the gaps. The original soundtracks have survived to a number of stories, and the BBC has developed new animation visuals to go with them. They're essentially recreating lost Doctor Who episodes, and the animation team's focus is on the sci-fi stories, given historical adventures such as the Crusades involve too many costume changes and that would take them years. In general, the BBC animators are trying to be as authentic as possible, but in the case of the Faceless ones, they've made a few minor adjustments. They've added some subtle references to the Master. One of the early scenes sees the Doctors and his friends materialise on the runway at Heathrow Airport, causing quite a stir. The police called, and according to the Radio Times, the animators have added some entertaining Easter eggs in the background. They wanted 2 posters on the wall at the police station, both showing different incarnations of the Master. One is what Roger Delgado, the first Master, and the other one is Sacha Dhawan. Fuck you, BBC! Sorry. But this is what they're doing. And I spoke about this in May. And I was laughed at. So I'm going to get the video up to show all these little twats that were laughing at me. That I spoke about this in May. Right? Now they're rewriting Doctor Who history to fucking put this in. Now if that doesn't get you fans out there up off these arses to do fucking something, I don't know what will. They're destroying the show right in front of their bloody faces, and the other side are laughing. And by the way, see all this crap which is all you fans saying headcanon, I'm gonna retcon it. They're going back to classic Who and they're fucking sullying it. They're rewriting history. Right? So you won't have you as our classic Who anymore either. Sorry, Ted. I'm just trying to get my point across in the only way that I know how. So, all I'll just say is there's a lot of fans out there coming up with theories saying that this can be easily retconned and that this can be easily sorted out, or a new showrunner. No, it can't. Because he's going into Classic Who and he's distorting Classic Who and he's rewriting history of Classic Who, right? So he's going to make it canon, and I told you this. I said it. Once he did this, he was going to make sure that nobody could change this again.
Teddy, come here. Come to mommy. Boo-boo, come here. Why are you barking?
Any new inside information, please? Well, this was inside information that I got last May, and it's coming to fruition now. So, still stands that the only 2 pieces of information that we didn't get right was Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker leaving, because they were leaving originally after the chaos in Cardiff. But apparently they all sat down and they sorted things out. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised it was because of this. And he probably told them all and put the BBC to ransom. I said it today. This is what happened, right? Somebody in the BBC didn't like what he was doing, right? Had a problem with it. He stormed off. They had a big fight in Cardiff, right? He stormed off, right? Yeah? He knew that they'd panic. He knew he had them by the balls because they'd only signed new deals. So they knew they had to back him.
Ted.
And that's exactly what happened. And now BBC is...
Ted.
BBC is backed into a corner now. They have to go with it. Emerald Dreams with a 20 Australian dollar super chat. Any inside information, please? That was me just answering that question for you. This was information that we got back in May. I'll put the video up now in the thumbnail just to show you. I'll even play a bit of the video. I don't know how that works. I think I could play my own videos. This is when I was doing the videos on my phone, when I first originally started doing all of this. But this is what they're doing now. BBC are using all these digital spy. And by the way, just be careful, because these people are saying they're journalists. Don't be surprised. Check the people that are writing these articles and see if they've any connection with Doctor Who whatsoever. even if it's a YouTube channel or a Twitter account or an Instagram account that supports this era, then that, I wouldn't be listening to them. They're not even hiring real journalists, or they're not even getting proper experts to write to counter this. So I've been working behind the scenes with a couple of others. I'm trying to get a couple of newspapers to try and get someone on their side. For me, the person to talk about this, the whole canon, where it fits in, this new history fits in, Ballstreck for me would probably be the man that could actually explain this properly. You don't get someone that's joined the fandom that hasn't actually really got a clue and has been caught out on Twitter and actually is a bully of men. I don't know if Digital Spy actually know that. Like, she's changed her Twitter account so many times and deletes, but the thing about it is the fans have screenshots of everything that she's ever written. So, she can only get away with it for so long, but she truly is a clown. She hasn't got a clue. It doesn't fit in. I mean, I put up a graph that one fan had put together, and to see where all this fits in, and I threw the picture up, and it confuses the hell out of people. The point is, it doesn't fit into canon, because I'll tell you why, right? Because we were told from the very beginning that the Doctor was from a planet called Gallifrey. The Doctor was not a refugee who was tortured by a mother that was supposed to be looking after the child. And if you're telling me that the whole foundation of the Time Lords was created on the torture and murder of a little child, well, you can go and fuck yourself, right? Because no Doctor Who fan is going to accept that as canon, you bloody twat. Now, Emerald Dreams with another 20 Australian dollar super chat. Thank you very much, Emerald Dreams. RTD was the beginning, sadly. I like RTD's era, though. I mean, RTD, don't get me wrong, RTD was progressive, but the way he did it within the narrative of the show. He never let the message take over. Chris Chibnall has done that. But not only has he let the message take over, he is now destroying canon bit by bit. So all you fans that have been saying he's have his own head canon and he's always have Classic Who, well, I'm sorry to inform you tonight that he is actually going to try and change Classic Who history. And remember, folks, right? There's other animations to come and he's in charge. Yeah? So it won't be just the faceless ones. It'll be other animations that come out. And if he can do it, he will try do something with other episodes. Trust me, this man is just out to rewrite Doctor Who history, right? He is a danger. So you don't even have his our Classic Who anymore because he's going to sully that. I'm sorry I had to break this to you, but that's just the reality of the situation. So now I need you all to do something, right? Send in your emails, as I've said. We are going to come up with other plans. We have now 9 months until the Christmas special or to wherever it is, right? We have that time to organize and get our message across. Okay, this is not going to happen overnight, but I hope this is enough now to drive you to do something. Because if you think that the Classic Who is sacred, well, you're wrong. It ain't sacred no more. Luke, I don't. But to be quite honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if there's something in this. It's absolutely. I've been. Yous all saw me reaction on the night. I haven't recovered at all. I'm still in shock. I just can't believe this has happened. I'm absolutely heartbroken. I mean, I even for the first time last night, I was able to listen to myself at that point where I actually broke down. I actually start crying again. Because not because I was crying, because I could hear the reaction of the panel behind me. You could hear that they were heartbroken for me. Yeah, I just all that history, and now he's delving into classic Who history. I hope this is enough now to get fans to do something. We have to try organize some sort of mass protest or something. We have to do something now. This man was given a 7-year plan, as far as I'm told. Well, if you look at this now, it looks like BBC are actually going to let him go through with the whole plan, right? And that's not going to include the whole of Jodie Whittaker either. She's gone next year either way anyway. So he's going to replace again. And for anybody thinking that it's going to go back to a male doctor now, I would actually have me doubts now. I reckon we're going to go another female incarnation. I think he's going to just continue on what he done. He has a plan. And they're calling this, by the way, if you've noticed, they're calling this an origin story, right? This is what they're calling it. It's an origin story. So for the people that are making the point, well, it's still Doctor Who because we don't know where the Doctor is from. So technically it's still Doctor Who. Well, no, I'm sorry. I'm not buying that either. That's another weak argument, right? Because you're completely rewriting history so this fits into your narrative. And if you have to completely rewrite history just to fit this into your narrative, well, then it doesn't work. I'm sorry. And you know what? Instagram, I'm not on Instagram. I've tried to join Instagram as the Tardis Zone. Actually, I have to check that and see if my application was accepted. But I heard the Doctor Who post anytime it posts up at 90% of the comments are negative. BBC have received emails they've received on all their social media, apparently on their YouTube channel, where again they're trying to reinforce all of this rubbish. Most of the comments are negative. The fans have overwhelmingly rejected this, but yeah, for some reason, the thing is, I think they're in too deep with Chibnall now, and they have to see this through. The only way that this can be stopped now is a full boycott of the show, and obviously we'll plan other things as well. But we have to get this stopped ASAP, or you won't have Classic Who will be reimagined in his image. Think about that. It'll be reimagined in Chris Chibnall's image and ideology. Yeah. We've got another 20 Australian dollar super chat from Emerald Dreams. Wow, thank you very much, pal. Maybe Noel Jodie will become the 5th Doctor in a cricket outfit. Well, you see, you can't call him the 5th Doctor anymore. They don't have numbers anymore. Numbers don't count for shit now because anybody can be the Doctor. That's the point. This is why this doesn't work. But they're trying to, this is why they're going back. This is why he's trying to go back and rewrite history. So nobody wants to know. I'm being honest. Yeah, as a Doctor Who fan, I never wanted an origin story, right? To be honest, I didn't give a shit if we never seen Gallifrey again, right? It's the Doctor. That's the character I'm invested in. Yes, it's nice to see the Time Lords and all this, right? But this guy, no, he's trying to take our Classic Who off us now, right? Because he knows we're protective of that, and now, you know, he's ruined the new show, so now that's not good enough for him. He has to go back now and tinker with Classic Who. Now, remember, Moffat did also, but Moffat did it respectfully. Not all the time. Now, he did kind of, you know. He tread the line a few times, but he never went overboard. But the Chris Chibnall just doesn't care. He came in with a wrecking ball. Yeah. Roses are red, the Tardis is blue. Along came Chris Chibnall and said, "Cannon, fuck you." So, unfortunately, all those people coming up with their theories that Chris Chibnall is going to retcon this, unfortunately, after this article today, and after finding out that they've made slight changes to the faceless ones, unfortunately, this is not going to be a simple fix. I said this. I said he's going to make sure that nobody can undo what he does because he has such a big ego. All that history. And for what? Ruining it for what? For what? I still don't get it. Unknown 289. Again, you know, I say some of you are probably sick of doing it at this stage. But, you know, look, I don't know how many pushes you kind of need. But if you haven't already sent an email, please do so. Please do. And he's also put up a poll on the Doctor Who TV UK poll. Did the Timeless Child reveal add to canon or destroy it? Go in there and vote. Okay? Please vote. Vote, 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 vote. Because the people at BBC will see that. Doctor Who TV, so please vote, 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 vote. I don't even have to tell you which way to vote. You already know which way to vote. And Emerald Dreams has also said that they have voted no. Well done. Everybody else, please do that. You know, right, so let me see. Yeah, a lot of people are saying they've already voted on that one, and some people are saying that they're voting now. But yeah, it is quite it's actually at the knocking me for six, that, to be quite honest. But I'm going to show you now, because, you know, on this channel we have, you know, gotten a bit of stick. People have called me out and called me a liar. And stuff. And, you know, it used to bother me, but as you have seen, I haven't responded to anybody that calls me out anymore. I don't normally. But this is just to prove, anyway, that I did actually speak about this last year. And I'm going to show you the title of the video. And I'm going to show you the date it was published. Where is it now? Let me see. I think it's in this playlist. Sorry if you hear a bit of music. I'll just have to turn the volume down, which I did. Right. Right, so where is it? There it is. Companions. Where is this video? Is it in this? Is it in this one? Damn, I should have kept it up. I'll verify it now though. Hold on. It's not, it's around somewhere. I don't think it's in this playlist. If I'm correct, I think it's in the smaller playlist. Could be. See, I've done so many videos over the time. You know, there it is. I paused that there. Right. So, I'll share this now onto the screen. So as you can see there, that was the headline of the video at the time. Source, confirms BBC are considering reimagining classic Who's most popular iconic stories. That was the headline at the time. Now watch this. As you can see there, the video was published May 9th, 2019. And obviously at the time, the channel obviously didn't have many subscribers at that time. 419 was one of the biggest videos at the time that I had. But there you go. Source confirms BBC are considering reimagining classic Who stories. If I'm also correct on this video, or I did a follow-up video, which I can't seem to find, where I actually think I find an article from one of the lads from Digital Spy. It might have been Digital Spy. But yeah, so, and there, so here, we'll just play a little bit. I suppose I don't think I can get into trouble, can I? Because it's my own video. Hang on, let's see. Video on the Tardis on. If you like what I have to say, please give the video a like. And if you haven't subscribed already, Jesus, it's stating me here. So today, I was invited to do a podcast, and that podcast has been done. I've been informed that the podcast will probably be out early next week, late next week. It all depends. Obviously, I'll give you more information on that when I get it. But after the podcast, I decided that I would check in with my source to see if there was any new information that I could give you about Series 12 or any Doctor Who news in general. So I have received some more information, and it's concerning Classic Who. Now listen up, folks. So, as fans, we know that BBC do polls about their favourite classic Who episodes, the most popular stories, and the ones that fans consider absolutely fantastic episodes. Obviously, they win polls and stuff like that. But anyway, so think of your favourite classic episode, and here's a scary thought. Imagine Chris Chibnall got his hand on that episode and decided to reimagine that episode. So, for example, my favourite Classic Who episode, I've got a few, but my favourite one is Genesis of the Daleks. Now, BBC are considering, and they've already got a panel of Doctor Who fans together to do some research to see if this is a viable idea. So basically what BBC is considering doing, they're going to get classic Who episodes, the most popular ones, and reimagine them. Yeah, instead of making original content, they've decided to get the episodes that are already there and to get some woke writer probably and to reimagine it for today's audience. Now, as you heard from on that, I spoke about this in May. Now, apparently this panel was Doctor Who fans. I would question that. I wouldn't be surprised if this panel had gobshites like the Time Ladies, Josh Snares, and all those other shills on it. And see, this is the problem I have. They're saying they're talking to Doctor Who fans. Well, I'm sorry, your Doctor Who fans, all your Doctor Who fans aren't on Twitter, right? Okay? So you should be talking to the whole fandom. Yeah? Not just people on social media. You should be encouraging the fans of Doctor Who to contact you instead of, giving your generic response and actually having the decency to address some of the issues, even if it was to put some fans at rest, put their fears at rest, which is are incapable of doing anyway with this whole canon destroying business. But there you go. I said that back in May 19th. I've showed you there. You know, now here's the thing. If he's doing it with the faceless ones and he's put little things in, of course, we spoke about some of the other episodes being reimagined. And I said, imagine if Chris Chibnall got his hands on them. Well, he does have a 7-year plan, apparently. So, you know, he could do a lot of damage in 7 years. So, as I showed you with the Digital Spy article, it's already been inserted into the faceless ones. They have retconned, or they have added Sasha's master to Patrick Troughton's era. And this is only the beginning of the destruction of Classic Q. So for all you fans who said, well, we still have Classic Q, well, he's trying to destroy your Classic Q. So get those emails in. We will think of other ways. Trust me, Gary asked his thinking on it as well. He did a cast that I was on. I was modding on it with Chris, that's in the chat with us now. And he said he was going to think on it because Gary's just as angry as I am and upset as I am. And he is really, seriously, I haven't seen Gary this angry or upset or distraught over something. And you know what? He's come out straight and said that the Doctor Who is the show that he loves beyond anything else that he does on his channel. This is a show that they came at a right time for this guy, just like me. And to have it snapped away from him and to have it sullied like this is a kick in the teeth. And it is mourning a loss. It is. I'm actually devastated right now. So we need to do something, and we will. But the boycott has to happen, the Christmas special, yes. Because remember, the longer his era goes on, the more he adds on to this, and the more then he starts sticking his nose into Classic Who. And remember, there's a lot more animations to be made. So there's a lot more destruction that Chris Chibnall can actually do. And this is the point of this stream. You know, I was supposed to have a full panel on tonight, but I'm not going to be having a full panel on tonight. I'm just going to have them on for half an hour because, you know, I'm going to be going off now doing other videos. I'm working on a couple of other videos as well. But, you know, this has to be highlighted. I've sent me video to the bigger YouTubers. Hopefully they'll pick up on the article and they'll do something on it because BBC can't get away with this. They can't. Chris Chibnall can't be allowed to get away with this. And the fact that they're actually supporting him is actually making me sick. Oh, I don't know, guys. I really don't. But don't forget, to send in your emails and complaints. It's so sad, man. Like, nothing sacred anymore. Nothing. They can't even leave. Like, can't even leave Classic Q. Like, it's bad enough that they've already destroyed the canon. But the fact now that he's not just happy with destroying the canon, he actually wants to start now going back and tinkering with other episodes or other anime, or maybe they're just the animations. But still, it doesn't make any difference, right? If he's influencing the animation team now, and they've got to put some things into these animations that weren't originally in them, well, I'm sorry. I don't think anybody should buy the animations either. And you know what? Like a lot of people, I was going to order the faceless ones. I would tell anybody now that has ordered that Blu-ray or DVD or whatever it is to actually send it back. Send it back. or ask for your money back. I wouldn't buy it. Why support it? If you buy that Blu-ray and DVD, then you're supporting this. Seriously. And I don't care if you're a collector, you just don't buy it. You just don't buy it. It's one of those sad things that you're not going to have in your collection, but who gives a shit? Right? They're so arrogant right now. Right? Their attitude stinks. They don't care. Do not buy that DVD or Blu-ray. Right? Do not buy it. Why should we support that? We don't support it. Right? We don't support what he's done to Canon. So don't buy that classic episode. They've shoehorned bleeding Sasha's the master in there. No. No. We reject. Right? Fucking disgraceful what they've done. Disgraceful. They've no shame. They've no shame. The longest running show. One of the probably one of their. It is their best IP. It's up there as the top two with Top Gear, right? The one that has brought joy to so much people, and they just want to destroy it. And now they want to rewrite the whole show's history. All because, and remember, this is all because Chris Chibnall is embarrassed by Doctor Who history. Remember, people that are close to him, this is public knowledge anyway. He is embarrassed by Classic Who. He's embarrassed by the show. So this is his way of saying, well, you embarrassed me, so I'm going to mess around with you. And that's exactly what he's doing. I thought, you know what, Emerald Dreams, at this stage, you know what, they could do anything. They could do anything. That's the real sad thing about this whole situation now, is that they can do anything. Anybody can be the Doctor. You can do anything. The Time Lords came about because a little girl was tortured and murdered. And by the way, do you know what? I was actually laughing because Chris Chibnall, right, spoke about his conditions of having the first female Doctor, right? And for all you little J-bots out there, I'm sorry to break the news to you, but you mightn't realise this yet. But I'm going to make you realise right now and break you our little hearts. But Jodie Whittaker, unfortunately, isn't the first female Doctor, actually. It's the timeless child, the black little girl. She is the first, because that's the first person that we've seen on the screen. So what Chris Chibnall has actually done, he's actually, you know, they made this big point of making the first Doctor female, but he's even undermined his own Doctor, the Doctor that he was proud of, because he's made the timeless child. She's the first one that we see on screen. So she has the ability of regeneration. Therefore, she's the first Doctor on screen. So, sorry, J-bots, your Jodie Whittaker isn't the first female Doctor. So that should make you angry as well, because you love her so much. Yeah, there's one for you. Bet you didn't know that. Now, and here, the fact that you say she's the first female Doctor, you can't even say first anymore. There's no numbers. The numbers count for shit now. So when you all say this fits into canon perfectly, you're a clown. Clown. We'll get a few experts on this channel that know everything about canon, and we will dispute. We'll get that article up that you did, that digital spy scraping the barrel for journalists for. Right, we'll get that article up, and we'll get the experts to rip it apart. Sure, here we don't even need experts. Even in the video that I threw up, all the Doctor Who fans, all the subscribers of this channel, well, not all of them, but the ones that have seen the video that have commented have actually disputed your claims. That's what she is, Rachel. She's just a female doctor. She's not the first female doctor. She's just a female doctor, and she's probably and she's not even the first one at that. And I love it. And I love it because they don't realise because they're that dumb. Oh, by the way, Twitter has kind of gone a little bit quiet. Now, I know I have heard that some people are still getting a bit of grief, but they don't seem to come near me. They probably think I'm a complete psycho now and just leave me alone, which is good. But most of them are gone. And most of the shill Twitter pages that were active during the series are now gone dead. You know, the usual. Even the Doctor Who Twitter accounts are not really doing great, except for fans that just keep going in and complaining. And to those fans, I say as well, fair play to you. Keep complaining because, you know, BBC apparently just listen to the Twitter crowd anyway. So if you just keep complaining on Twitter as well, let them see it. Let the public see it. You know what I mean? Affect them. They want to pretend that this is all great. Well, let them, right? They're not going in near Classic Who. They're not going in near Classic Who. They're not going to take my Classic Who away from me. I don't give a flying fuck about New Who anymore. They can do whatever they want with it. He already destroyed it anyway. But you are not going to go back and start inserting the Master into Patrick Troughton's era just because you want to rewrite history. You're a clown, Chibnall. That's all you are. You're a hack. You're a fraud. You need to get your P45 and you need to be kicked out that door and take Jodie Whittaker with you as well. It's not all her fault. I'm not blaming Jodie Whittaker anymore. Do you know what? Jodie Whittaker is after being insulted as well, right? So I'm just gonna, do you know what? I'm gonna be consistent here, right? She's being insulted as well by this, right? Because it doesn't make her the first female doctor. And if I were you, Jodie Whittaker, I would be very, very angry about that. Because that's what you were brought in to do. So he basically diluted your character too. So congratulations. But it's probably what you deserve because the way you spoke to the fandom anyway. But if I'm being consistent, not only has William Hartnell, but even Jodie Whittaker's doctor, even though I hate to admit it, even her canon has been diluted by this whole story. And I don't even accept her as the doctor. But if we're going to be consistent about it, she has also been sullied by this, right? So your mate actually screwed you over. So would you not do the right thing and say, listen, mate, I'm off now. You screwed me over and actually leave and you'll put the whole thing in disarray and then maybe then he'll feck off. Right, we've got a nice super chat here, but from Lauren. It's £2. Just got engaged, Noel. Just got engaged. Noel is 100% LGBT friendly. Thank you very much. I am. I haven't. Look, as I said before, you know, if you're going to have those characters in Doctor Who, well, then they deserve the same level as respect of every other character. You don't just shoehorn them in. It's like in Resolution of the cyber. No, Resolution of the Daleks, because I'm getting mixed up with the Resolution of the Daleks. When they brought in a character for 20 seconds and killed them off, the gay character. And I mean, what was the point in that? So yeah, if you're going to bring those characters in, they deserve the same respect as every other character that you would have on screen. And that's the problem I have. And that's the only reason why I give out when there's LGBTQ characters in Doctor Who, because they're not used properly.
What's he waiting for?
He was waiting for you crying, the usual little thing that he always does, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
buddy.
And congratulations on your engagement, Lauren. And everybody is congratulating you there as well. But no, congratulations, you found someone. That's good. You know, it is a bit weird when you get engaged first, you know, because, you know, the next step is, you know, is the big one, you know. And especially...
Congratulations, don't listen to Noel.
But if I were you, I'd run. Save yourself a money messing. But no, congratulations, seriously. I wish you all the happiness in the world. Everybody deserves to have some sort of happiness in life. even a dickhead like me. Right. What I'll do is I'll give some of you a bit of a shout out there now in a second. But you know, this is where we are now with Doctor Who, and I don't know about you guys, but it's not looking good. Tried to take our history away as well. Do you know what? This is just that he knows, because do you know what? I'm telling you, this is how vindictive I think he is. We gave out so much about Series 11 that he's decided to do this. I don't buy into the fact that this was all planned, right, from the teaser, right? Now, I know I put it up and I was fooled into thinking, right, because it wasn't, right? They just happened to use the same location and he came up with all this plot thread, and then he decided that he was going to be the one that was going to do it. Look, there's certain things in canon that you just don't touch, and this was one of them, and he has. And now he's going to sully Classic Who as well. He's going to sully Classic Who as well. And I bleed and hate him for Right, let me see who we have in the chat. So we do have a few people here, and Emerald Dreams, thank you for those super chats as well. Really appreciate it. So we've got Lauren, who is newly engaged, so welcome. We've got David. We've got Chris, one of me moderators. Welcome, Chris. Nice to see you here. I'll probably, if Gary is streaming tonight, I will see you over there later on. Lee Anthony Davis is here as well. Problem being, Colin is here as well. Unknown 289. The True Whovian. Robbie is here. Raymond Williams. Professor Taskels. Jason Gallagher is here. Welcome. Sorit Manam is here as well. Welcome. Super John. Andy is here. Welcome, Andy. Scott McKenzie. Welcome. Nice to have you here in the chat. We've got Charlotte Shields, Super John. I think I mentioned you already, but I just love saying Super John. We got Rachel Mullins. We got Emerald Dreams, who was kind enough to throw us those super chats. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. We've got Marty here as well. Welcome, Marty. Nice to have you here. We've got the Third Doctor is here. Welcome. We got High Desert 004. Derek McManus. Welcome. We got Phasic Extract, if I'm saying that right. Welcome. The Tin King is here as well. Nice to have you here. And Java Bean. Nice. I like me Java beans. Actually, that reminds me. I was going to make a cup of coffee earlier on. Thank you for that one. You just reminded me. Nice. I see you're there. I'll add you now in a minute. We've got Jason Gallagher. I already mentioned you, but I just like saying Jason Gallagher. It reminds me of Rory Gallagher. We've got Marie here as well. Thank you, Marie, for that earlier on. You know what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. I really appreciate everything you do for the channel. You really do a lot. Actually, Marie is very good. Marie will, you know, as I said, Marie always seems to find an article that I can never get my hands on. So thank you, Marie. We got, I think that's everybody now. I think I got everybody. If I be, oh, Leland is here as well. Can't forget Leland. And we got fly away. Is that supposed to be fly away or something? Fly away. Fly wavy. Wavy? No. Fly whatever. Welcome. Nice to have you here. I probably got it right the first time, but I'm an idiot. Like the doctor. Blue box. An idiot with a blue. What was it? I'm an idiot with a blue box. See, this show has made me dumb. I can't even remember bloody quotes. Right, we might as well. Let me see. Right, we've only got a half an hour. We've only got about 20 minutes with our panelists because we ran over a bit of time, and then I'm gonna finish up. So I have Daniel with me tonight. Hey, Daniel.
Hey, no. Oh, I'm absolutely destroyed yet again. And like, see, to be honest, see, with you before you continue, I done another I done another stream on the campaign I sent you after the stream after the stream had
Can I just stop you there for a minute because the Doctor 14 Blu-ray reviews is back in the chat again. Now, as you know, this guy always seems to have a problem with me. But now he's picking on someone that has been kind enough to give the channel a super chat, saying you just got ripped off paying £2 just to get your chat highlighted and read out. Right, firstly, right, if people want to donate to the channel, they can. And second of all, she's not getting ripped off. How is she getting ripped off? That's just one of the stupidest things to say. If you've nothing positive to say, I've told you this already. I don't mind you staying on this channel, but if you've nothing positive to say, then just go. If you don't like what I'm saying, just go. Block me, okay? But to say that she got ripped off because she did a super chat. Do you ever see any other YouTubers see the super chats they get? Yeah? Don't see you saying it to them. Yeah, you seem to want to just come in and start on me. Now listen, right? I've already had to deal with idiots like you all week, right? So I'm not going to be dealing with idiots like you anymore. So, you know, enough is enough. Or get out, right? I'm not going to have to block it again. This is another account you've obviously set up because I've blocked every other account. Now I'm not going to have to block it again. And if I block, listen, you start again, and as I said, I will go to the police. It's harassment now at this stage. You've been at it for over a year and a half. You need to stop, right? You harassed Ballstreck for over 2 years. You're harassing Gary as well, and now you're harassing me. If you don't like what we have to say, don't be coming into our chats and disrupting what we're doing. And there's another super chat because people don't listen to you. Mr. CCDV with a $2 super chat. Keep up the good fight now. Thank you very much.
And Jason Gallagher as well.
And Jason Gallagher as well. Oh my God, I love you all. Thank you. Jason Gallagher, I don't know what that is. That's CHF5 something. What's that? Does anybody know what that currency is?
Is that the Australian or Canada?
No, I don't think it's Canadian, but whatever it is, it's 5 of something. Don't let the gits get you down, mate. Jason, I won't.
And Emerald Dreams.
Oh my God, right, guys.
Thank
you. And it's just a blank super chat.
Yeah.
It's not about being ripped off. See, do you know what it is, right? And thank you guys for that. But I'll tell you what it is. See, they come onto my channel, they listen to me because they're entertained, right? And I'm not being presumptuous here, but to me, I think they would rather give their money to someone that entertains them than give it to a TV station that doesn't entertain them. Yeah? So I never ask people. If they want to super chat me, I will read out their super chat. It's just the way it is. And you know what? YouTube has made it difficult for channels like me. They have made it about making money which was never my goal.
And you get another five.
And
You
there's
get another
another
5
now.
pounds super chat.
So just thank you everybody for showing me support, and you know what, thank you for doing this. You have proven a point, but you didn't really have to, because I know I have you as a support already. I am a he. How dare this community be gender blind? I love it. Oh, sorry. Okay. Well, you see, I did assume you were a girl as well, so I apologize for that, Lauren. But I do wish you the best of luck with your engagement, and you know, at the end of the day, you know, as I always say, there's someone out there for everybody. So I'm glad you have found someone. And here's another super chat.
And Scooby D with another 5 pounds.
Scooby D with a $5 super chat says, haters gonna hate. Don't feed the trolls. They aren't really worth it. Shout out to Teddy and Cheryl too. Where is that? Here he is. Hello, Teddy. You got a super chat there. Do you want to say hello? Come here. Do you want to see Teddy? And then we let Daniel say what he wanted to say. Come on, people. Hold on. You can't be. Oh, okay, I'll let you down. He doesn't want. Right. I don't know. Right, Daniel.
So
Hold on. I have to sort him out. Hold on.
Okay.
Right. Go on, make your point. I can hear you. It's just I have to go.
So basically, I've done another stream to try and drum up some support. I've also sent another couple of emails. It's just a case of getting the prize back, and to be honest with you, I'm not too surprised that he is actually that he is going through with it, because I remember actually commenting on that video that you showed there where on the stream. That's how long that I've actually been with the channel. I remember that deal when you put it up.
I know. I don't know, Daniel. It's just
Yeah.
I can't believe that they're actually they've actually went for this. But they're calling it an origin story, so we know where this is going. They're going to go
And
back.
I don't know if you've seen the video where they put up the origins of the show on the official YouTube page, and it's got over like 2,000 likes on it. No, you should see it.
Wow. Actually, hold on. We'll have a look now. I won't play it, obviously, because
Yeah.
you know yourself. By the way, if anybody is wondering why we don't have a full panel tonight, is because I didn't have enough guests. I only had one other guest to come on with Daniel, but because there wasn't enough and Daniel really wanted to come on, I decided I'd only come on with Daniel tonight, because obviously Daniel's like me. Daniel's been heartbroken. His tweets are not. Should see his tweets. It's sad. It guts me seeing people like Daniel, the way they've been treated by this BBC. They just don't care. Right, let's have a look at this Origins crap that they're talking about.
It's got over 2,000 dislikes.
Oh, by the way, the new creator of the music has a video up as well.
That Gunnar Canoa guy that creates
Yeah, it's funny because it's the same bloody music.
And see, to be honest with you, they've already put out the series 12 soundtrack. It is the series 10 soundtrack for Capaldi. It's ridiculous. That should have been released before the series 12 soundtrack, though, you would have thought.
When was this video put out, and what's it called?
Like, there, like, is it not called to the origins of something, though? Because it actually shows you bits and pieces from the time when was child and stuff. Though, because I remember them kill fish and he also done a
Right,
video
hold on.
on it.
Right, so we've got 4 hours ago, 8. We've got creating the music of the series. That was 1 day ago. Then fair and loading in Perryvale. The Master versus the Doctor Who said it. The Doctor breaks out of the Matrix 3 days ago.
It should actually be it should actually be up. Yeah, hold on and I'll get hold.
Cyberstones. Is this an old video? Because I am seeing nothing on their channel unless they've taken down the video. And if they have taken down that video, if anybody can find it, because I can't. If you can find it, if they've taken down that video, that is huge. That is huge. That means the backlash is such. And Lee Anthony Davis with a 199 super chat says, "Hi Noel and Daniel, Cheryl and Ted."
Hi, and thank you for the support that you showed my streamer last night, because he was one of the ones that actually joined me last night. Also, so thank you for the support.
Yeah, and listen, if you haven't actually watched Daniel's stream, obviously Daniel is doing his bit to help this fandom to organize, and Daniel should be given loads of credit here because Daniel is only new on the YouTube scene and has done a lot. He's done a lot more than most people, to be honest, and he puts some people to shame, I have to be honest. So, you know, well done, Daniel. I'm glad you're fighting the cause, but you're fighting it because you're just like the rest of us anyway. I know you're devastated. Look, you asked me earlier, are we cool because I haven't been really talking? And I said, listen, I'm not falling out. I haven't fallen out anybody. I've just spent all week trying to process this. And I still can't make sense of it. And Lee Anthony Davis with another super chat, but it's absolutely blank. I really do appreciate the support. So does Daniel, and every other YouTuber out there that actually does stuff like this, does appreciate your support. So when you hear Gary Doomcock and all those other YouTubers say they appreciate the support, they really do, because they know without you guys, we don't have this, we don't have an audience, we don't have anything. Do you get me? So, you know, it works both ways. We put out content for you. If you enjoy it, then all great. And that's why we do say it is, if you have any suggestions, and we have taken a look at your suggestions, I will sit down with Cheryl and we will have a look at some of the suggestions and see what ones she actually likes the sound of. And Blu-ray Reviews has said he is sorry. It's okay. Listen, at the end of the day, as I said, this fandom right now is not in the best place, right? And the last thing that we need is fans at each other, right? Now, you supported Jodie Whittaker, that's fine. Right? I've never had a problem with you supporting Jodie Whittaker. It's when people come and attack other people for not liking Jodie Whittaker. And you don't seem to like anybody at the time that didn't like it. Now, you said that you're done with this series. If that's true, I said to you the last time, welcome. You know,
You did get another
watch your personal. Look, as I said to fans out there, and Rebecca Gold has given us this £2 super chat as well. I really appreciate it. Hey, Noel, Cheryl, and Daniel, keep rocking. We will indeed. You keep rocking.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for the support again, to be honest, and thank you for doing that interview in my channel. That was the most fun that I've actually had in my channel, and you helped me with that. You helped me get organised and everything. That was a great night.
Yeah, and if you haven't actually watched the Rebecca Gold interview that Daniel had done, go and check it out. By the way, I probably haven't said it on this channel, but did you know that Rebecca Gold is a multi-award winning miniseries? Well,
Yep.
go and check it out, guys, because it's worth watching. And we have a 99 cent, so it's €1. Yay! It's the first time I think I've gotten the euro. That's brilliant. Someone from Europe sent me something. Yay, because the Brits are not classed as European anymore. Ooh, money messing. We got Rewap 300, and it's just blank. But thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support.
I tell you what, this is a very generous stream in the night, to be honest with you. You're going to make an absolute fortune off this stream.
Listen, it's not even about that for me. Look, I'm not going to lie and say that it doesn't feel good when I see it pop up on the screen. The first time I got a super chat, it put a smile on my face, and it was from Garbage. I remember who gave me my first super chat on this channel. Because you know, look, I put a lot of hard work into it, and if people recognize that, then that's great. You know what I mean? But I don't do it for that. I do it so I can inform the fans and give fans a platform, and that's what I will always do. I still haven't made up my mind whether I'm going to do this Christmas special, because I'm thinking, what's the point?
Can I just say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, see if you and Bulls, Trek and Gary, the figures to what? Who's going to actually represent our side if nobody is actually going to do the review?
Well, I
do
know Critical Drinker is out.
Yeah.
I don't know about Heels versus Babyface, but he's needed a rest because he hasn't gotten any sleep like Gary. So it's in the balance whether he's going to review it.
Yeah.
Gary right now, it's very hard to tell. I don't know if Gary has actually come out and said that he's not, but I'd be surprised if he does. Ballstreck said he was done after Series 12 anyway. Matrix Lord, as far as I'm aware, at one stage, I think he said he was done, but that could change as well. So you're right. All of our side will be wiped out that do Doctor Who. And inform you fans. But our logic behind it is because someone wrote something very interesting up on the chat on one of my videos, and actually said Noel has done more to promote this era than BBC have done themselves.
Yeah.
And to be honest, that kind of rang a bit true. Now, it wasn't just me, it was other YouTubers as well, obviously. Because you know, we were talking crap about it because it wasn't doing well. So we were keeping it in the public eye. And if you've noticed, their channels have grown. So in fairness, we probably have, because people have probably listened to what we have said and then went off and watched the episode. So I don't know. I'm still Daniel, right now, I'm still trying to make sense of all of this. He's still doing stuff now. We're
Yeah.
still getting information now, and they're not backing down, right?
Yeah.
We're just thinking of ways. Gary said he'd leave it with him. He's gonna see if there's anything else we can do besides just the emails. There has to be other things that we can do. Look at if Beth from the Time Ladies, who isn't a journalist, can get on and do an article for Digital Spy, I can't see why not someone from our side, not necessarily me, get someone that actually, whose memory isn't feckin' as spotty as mine, probably get someone someone that understands the canon of this show that can actually refute everything that these idiots are saying. That's what we need. We need
get Gary from the
anybody. We just need our own voice. See, them shills have Digital Spy, Screen Rant, and all this crap, right? We need the same. We need to be getting that sort of representation. So that's what I've been trying to do. That's been what I've been doing behind the scenes. I've been trying to see if I can get a journalist or anybody to highlight what's going on in the fandom and to highlight to actually say, listen, BBC is lying. The fans are not behind this. This is not an overwhelming success. They're lying. They're also hypocrites as well. But we want our side to be listened to at just as much as the other side. See, this is the problem. There is no balance, right? You're getting to see all the positivity all the time on Twitter. Do you notice as well in Radio Times, Digital Spy, and all those other shill media actually write articles? They show the likes of the Universe, Who, or Sean the Madashian.
All
the little fakes that only come into the fandom in the late 2000s. Like, they don't even have a clue. What would they know about classic history?
Absolutely. They don't know a thing.
Nothing. And fair play if some of them have gone back and have watched. But to say that I understand that as much as someone's been there from the beginning, I'm sorry. Even I don't make that claim, right? I leave it to the experts at Canon to show me the way, right? But even I know, as not an expert, that even the chart that one of the fans did to try figure this out, it's ridiculous. It is. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It's head-wrecking. It's basically head-wrecking. You can't figure this shit out. What is Chris Chibnall trying to do? It looks confusing.
And do you know the couple of deals that actually cheered me up the past few days? It was Hugh versus
But Critical Drinkers video, I'm sorry, and I don't think the other YouTubers, because I think even Gary said it himself, and I'm not being disrespectful to any other YouTuber out there, but I think his review of The Timeless Child is probably the best one out there. And his speech at the end, I mean, that made me well up. I'd love to be able to play it, but again, I don't know what the issues are around
the count as a copyright.
But he did. But at the end, his video at the end, and even during that review, there is a point in that review where you could just hear his voice crack just a bit, before I actually broke down. This has affected fans emotionally, right?
Because there was a couple of times where broke down last night when I was trying to get my points across. This is what it is on. Everybody is just totally fed up with it. Also, I'm gonna keep saying to everybody in the comments here, keep hammering in those emails. I must have said it 50 times last night in the live stream. You've got to keep applying
The pressure.
pressure on
Exactly. Exactly.
BBC.
Because we are making a difference. We are making a difference for all you fans out there that think it's a waste of time. We're making a difference. Look at BBC. Sorry, Ted. BBC cannot continue down this route. They're not going to have a show left. They're not going to have an audience for this show. Fans have rejected it. I mean, come on, BBC. Like, open your eyes. Do the right thing. Right? Forget about the small minority on Twitter.
Yeah.
As some YouTubers pointed out, forget about them. You will have the rest of the Doctor Who fandom flood back if you could treat this show with the respect that it deserves and give us a Doctor that everybody deserves and actually give us some sci-fi writing for a bloody change. And
yeah, and I'm sick of the defeatist attitude from our side of the fandom. Now, I've actually wrote this in the Tardis Zone official Facebook page a couple times over the past couple of weeks, but I'm still seeing people on our side of the fandom being so defeatists. Well, get your head down and write the emails and keep writing the emails until Chibnall is on. I'm sick of the defeatist attitude. You get an opportunity to voice your concerns, so start using it.
exactly. Start using your voice because you do have one. You do have one. Don't be letting these other shills telling you and all that it's a waste of time. You know, and don't let the BBC even tell you that you're wasting your time. There's only so much pressure that these organizations can take, right? And we keep this up for us up until the Christmas special. Trust me, something has to give. They're not going to be able to keep this up. Keep having to reply about Doctor Who. Someone upstairs is just going to say enough is a feck enough, and that's it, and make a decision.
Yeah.
It cannot go on. We have to keep putting the pressure on. And I know it is annoying having me and Daniel come on air streams every time and tell you don't forget to send in complaints to the BBC, right? But we have to keep reminding you because we can't slack off on this, right? We have to maintain this, right? And look we are going to get a lot of hate off the other side. But remember one thing, and I keep saying this, there's more of us than there is of them. They just have to lower their voice because obviously, you know, they're all brown nose in the BBC, so they all get little rewards and all. So here's the BBC, you brown nose us and we'll give you free merchandise and stuff and all this crap. Because you've even seen some of these people post up the type of stuff that they receive. Right? So they're not true fans. They're only in it because they get free stuff and they get to go to these things and then they ask fans like us for money.
Yeah.
So they can go to their conventions. Right? I can't afford to go to a convention, but there's not. Ask any of my subscribers or followers.
Right? Yeah, and I'm the same, but we would actually never resort to begging people, especially on the day terms X passed away, because that actually pissed me off, and I'm sorry for swearing, no, but that actually angered me, to be honest, that really did make me violently ill that day to see that person beg for money and he passed away. He was one of the most influential writers in the show's history, and he wrote a couple of novels, and he also wrote a couple of deals as well. And Terence Dix is a honest on it up to her, and to see her beg for money just utterly repulsed me. It was ridiculous.
I don't care that she even asked for the money,
Yeah,
to be quite honest. My whole problem with her is, and it's not just the Terrence Dix thing either.
yeah,
My whole thing is she calls out fans or she retweets their tweets, and then her followers then bully that person. And then she comes out with all her feminist crap, and then has her odd papa at men as well. And then they were she wrote, "Oh hey lads, I think we got a fix there," and put up a picture of
yeah,
the other time lady in a seductive pose, as if to say, "Look at us, we're going to use our womanly ways to get money off you."
yeah,
Because as soon as a woman shows acting off, you get
yeah,
some dumb men in the Doctor Who fandom that would fall for that. I
yep,
wouldn't give them a penny. They don't deserve it. And
yeah,
I
I
hope
know.
now, because they've come out and supported this, that fans don't give them money.
Yep,
And they don't get to go to the conventions because they don't deserve to go.
yeah, exactly.
If I find out Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker are going to be at one in the UK, I'm going to turn up. And if I have to save up to go, I will. But it'll be out of my own bloody pocket and nobody else's because, but I'll go and hopefully then I can ask a question.
Yeah.
And then, of course, watch me being billed. Watch me being probably thrown out. Because,
I'll buy them. Yeah, that was me. Yeah, I'd be getting the exact same treatment. You know what I'm over? Like, I'm hardly the guy that all the J-bots had, or either. You've seen it, but you have gotten as well.
we'll see what happens, Daniel, right? It won't be this year anyway. I wouldn't say they'll do happen. It'll probably be after the special, so it'll be next year. If they do go to any of those, right, and it's next year, we should meet up, go to London or wherever it is, and we both go to it.
Yeah.
We'll have our banners. Mine will be hashtag Chibnall's a fraud and a hack, and your one will have hashtag Jodie Whittaker scrunch face.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think they've got the balls to actually show up because they would have done it by now, anyway.
I hope they do. Because if they do, I will go.
Yeah.
No, I will. If they show up in London or Wales, even wherever it is, Scotland, I don't give a shit. They won't come over here. I'll go. I will turn up. She's gonna stay home with Ted. You, Daniel.
By the way, if it's in Scotland, it's only going to be half an hour from me. So that'd be ideal if they were to
that'd be great.
Yeah.
It'll only take me 10 minutes to cause problems.
Yeah.
Do you know what, right? So Ted, I put his bed beside me, right? That's this little bed, right? And he was obviously trying to get under his blanket, but he got under his bed and he's actually sitting on the floor with his bed on top of his bloody head.
Oh my God.
Sharon's just oh my God, look at him. He's like a little worm.
Oh my God, seriously?
He got the blanket caught in his head and the blanket. I know. Oh, I love that dog. Seriously.
Oh my God. But like, I don't see where the show actually goes from here though. Like the next showrunner has got to do a hell of a job to put the show back together after this.
Sorry, I just got a message off someone there. Just reading it there. Sorry, it was important there. What's this crap now being sent? Oh, BBC have done the dirty apparently.
Also,
Ooh, right, so BBC have got YouTube to actually go into their video that talks about what you were talking about, and they've actually apparently the dislikes are vanishing from the
what?
video.
What the hell?
They've
Are you
taken,
serious?
yeah, I'm gonna put it up. Hold on, I'm gonna try throw it up on. Hold on, I'll try throw it up here and show you this. BBC apparently now have resorted to getting YouTube to take the dislikes away. So I had 5,500. Some people said or something.
Yeah.
It's only got 2.5. They've wiped off over 2,000.
Or BBC and BBC's action, and apparently as well that they are going to actually lose the license.
I hope they do this because it needs to happen now rather than later, Daniel. But here it is.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here it is. This is worse. So they got Rotten Tomatoes and now they've roped in. Well, they did. They already roped in YouTube because they got my videos taken down, the little shill bastards. There you go. Thousands of dislikes have vanished. They are vanishing. Dislikes. There you go. There it is. There. So it's there in front of your eyes. Now, I didn't see the original video, so I cannot verify this, but there's loads of people telling me that that was on 5,500.
Oh my God.
So the dislikes were on 5,500, and now they're down to 2,200. Do you know what you do, guys? Go back into that video, right, and dislike it again, right?
Yeah.
I'm serious, right? I'm gonna share it. Oh, I can't find the video. If someone can send me the link so I can share it on fucking I can share it on Twitter, Facebook, and everywhere. I want you to go in there now, right? Alone, I have over 1,000 subscribers on this channel, right?
Yeah.
At least half of you can bump that up to 2,700, right?
Yeah.
Do me a favor, right? I'll be on the stream. I think Gary is streaming tonight. If he is, I'm actually going to alert him to this, and I'm actually going to ask him to get his subs. I don't know if he will actually go that far, but
And make
get
sure
them to
you
dislike that.
make sure you tell Bost
Well,
Bostrek
Bolstrek is going to be
as well.
yeah. Bolstrek is busy for the moment. Bolstrek won't be on YouTube or social media for a while. He spoke to me last night. He just has a couple of things that need to be taken care of. So and it's a bit of a mini break as well. It's not got to do with YouTube. He's got others.
Yeah.
He's got serious stuff to sort out. So
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy his videos as well, because you've seen me. He actually say he tell me.
yeah, me and my brother were supposed to stream with him.
Yeah.
But he's cancelled this weekend. So
Yeah.
he explained to me why, which I'm not going to explain to the audience. But some people have asked, "Where's his video on this abomination?" Well, there will be one coming. It's just, as I said, you know, real life takes over sometimes, and that's what happened in this situation. We all happens to us, you know. But there you go. So apparently, because I haven't seen the original dislike to like ratio on that, but we have it now here. This one at this stage, so we will see if it goes down during the night. And I'll take screenshots and see if BBC are still playing. So keep an eye on that tonight, guys, right? But if you haven't went in and watched this video, this is not an origin story. Doctor Who fans don't want an origin story. We rejected it. So if you're like us and you're at the same mind as us, go in and dislike this video. Simple as that, right? BBC are not getting away with this. They're not going to try hide the fact that so many fans are angry displeased with what they have done. Right? We're not going to let the Twitter ratsies, or whatever you want to call them, Twitter traders, right, be the ones the voice for this fandom. They're not the voice of this bloody fandom. And like Gary said, RIP Doctor Who is the hashtag that seems to be trending the most. Now, I know I use other hashtags, but I would advise everybody now, because it was trending. Let's try get that trending again, actually, right? RIP Doctor Who was trending. I'll put it up on the screen there because it's a hashtag.
Yeah.
We'll get it there. There it is there. So this is what I want you to, because apparently this is the hashtag that has gained the most momentum out of all of the hashtags. So I think we should get behind this one.
Yeah.
Right? And keep retweeting it. Right? Doesn't matter, even if you just keep writing hashtag RIP Doctor Who. If that's what you have to do, do it. Right? It'll get a trend if a lot of people do it. So, like Gary said, hashtag RIP Doctor Who. That's what was trending. That was the hashtag that was trending. BBC cannot hide this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, see, to be honest with you, so how long do you think BBC will keep up this charade? And
well, you're seeing it. They're doubling down. When you put Sasha in Troughton's era, it goes to show you that they're not backing off. Ben has asked, is this the new Doctor Who hashtag? Well, that seems to be the hashtag that a lot of the fans have been using on both sides, believe it or not. Because a lot of people do believe that the show has been destroyed. So that's the one that was trending all during the week. So it is the one that most fans have got behind. So I would encourage people to use that one, because the other hashtags that we use just don't gain the momentum, but this one has. So I would advise you to use that when you're on Twitter. You know, RIP, hashtag RIP Doctor Who, because that's the one that's been trending. It had over 53,000 people tweet it at one stage. So that's the one we're all using now. We're going to just use that because that's the one that's actually, that was the one that was trending, and that's the one that fans have latched to. So we'll latch on to that. Let's hope there's no sexist bigots connected to it, but that's the one that's trending right now. Let's hope the other side don't ruin it by bleeding, trying to latch onto it as well. But
yeah, and I've already put that up. No words about okay, so it's already up.
I've got another message from Emerald Dreams there, and I'm just about to go in and look at your message now. So you say you have no, that's the same one that I've put up. It's the 2,201K, yeah. But apparently it was higher than that hours ago.
Yeah.
So yeah. But just in case, he is right though, it is an unaltered version. So I'll show you the unaltered version, because sometimes you will get accused of, oh, well, it's an unaltered, you could have been playing with, messing with it. So I'll show you the unaltered version. He has a point actually. So here, let's have a look at this. All right, there it is. Right, because you know what the shills are like. So we'll just show you this. Right, so there's the unaltered version. It's there. So 2,201K. Right, so it's the same as the other version that we just put up there, but he is right, just be on the safe side so we don't get accused of messing about in here. But that's the screenshot that we now have, right? So if it goes lower than that, right, you have seen it on the screen. If that dislike ratio goes any lower, let me know. Let me know. Send me the screenshot so I have proof. So I can put it up on Twitter, on the Doctor Who accounts, and expose the little twats. Yeah? That's what we want to do. So keep your eye on that for me, guys, as well. That's important.
I will.
All different angles, right? We're gonna pull them out on every little thing that they do now, right? That is their job as a fandom. Listen, this show means a lot to a lot of people, right? As a lot of you have said, right? So it's our turn now to try help this show because it helped us through some dark times when we were in those dark times, and it cheered us up. Right? We want our fans to show means something else to them as well, right? We all have an emotional attachment to this show. It's in trouble right now, and someone is trying to change the history, right? So it's our job as fans to do something about that. So that's why I'm never going to give up on it, because I'm going to fight tooth and nail to save the purity of this show.
Yeah. I'm never going to give up either. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing as well, even if it kills me. That's what I'm going to do.
I know you will. See, Daniel, this is the thing. BBC don't take into account fans like you, fans like me, fans like Gary, fans like Ballstreck, and every fan that's in this live chat now. BBC have underestimated fans like us, right? And remember, they have angered a lot of us since last week. And, you know, this has not gone down well. And, you know, finally the fandom is doing something about it. But we will have to work out. We will have to work out other ways and come at this at different directions. The emails are working, and it is pissing BBC off. But we need to be calling BBC out. We need to be checking out for articles and all. See how they're trying to retcon canon, and we need to call them out on it. And then when you have Beth from the Time ladies doing articles for Digital Spy, and they're actually scraping the barrels for journalists that they get in a so-called expert when she's not, she's actually caught out with our lives. And I'll call her out right now. You're not a journalist. You're a fake. You're a shill. BBC actually give you merchandise to talk good about the show. You're not a fan of this show. You latched onto this show because you wanted to make money. All you are is fake and a fraud. And it's time for you, Josh Snares, Benjamin Cook, and all those other little gobshites that have been around and that say that you speak for this fandom. It's time for you to get out of this fandom now, because all hell is going to break loose. And every little gobshite little thing that you all say is going to be highlighted, dissected, and disputed. You are a bunch of idiots. You are a bunch of traitors, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself for letting this man do this to this show. And for you clown, to say that this actually fits in perfectly with canon, you obviously haven't got a clue. You've got your head up your ass, take it out your ass, and actually see what's happening. And instead of being on the wrong side of history, why don't you be on the right side of history? If not, get the fuck out of this fandom, because your time in this fandom, along with all the other gobshites, is up. And I mean it. It is up. Because we're not going to tolerate any of our bullshit anymore. Right? We're going to play user game. Yeah? We're going to do what you have been doing for a whole year. We will screenshot your tweets. We will put them on their pages for our fans and followers to go and have a go at you. See how you like it. Get a taste of your own medicine. And then you can play the victim. Then you can cry. And then you can get the fuck off Twitter and out of this fandom. Right? You're a sellout. Just like the rest of them. You're a sellout. Right? And all those other YouTubers like Mr. Piggy Reviews. Mr. Piggy Reviews. Still constantly coming out and attacking fans. How dare you, you piece of shit. BBC shill, another one. Dr. Freedom, another piece of shit that goes after fans as well. And do you know what? Gary doesn't call YouTubers out, but I fucking do. Right? These are all a bunch of twats. These are all a bunch of sellouts, yeah? And the fact that you's actually like this, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Call yourself Doctor Who. You aren't Doctor Who fans. And Dr. Freedom, I don't give a shit who you interviewed in the past. You're a sellout. You're a shill. You're a piece of shit. That's all you are. These are all dirt bags, every single one of you.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, the thing I'm proud of the most is, like, I know it's been a hellish couple of years as well, but I'm proud that all the friendships I've made
I know.
during this time
I
as well. I'm proud of the fact I've made friends with a few, Bill, who've Eddie, a Scarrow, the Nerdaholics, and so on and so on. It's just a shame that we couldn't have on to the friendships in a happier time, though, to be honest with you.
And by the way, I know one of your little supporters will go back and tell you that I'm talking about you, and you'll probably come out and say, "Oh, he's picking on me again." Well, then don't be talking fucking shite and pretending to be an expert when you're clearly not an expert about Doctor Who. My dog Ted is more of an expert about Doctor Who than you are, because he sits here with me every night and watches Classic Who. He has more intelligence than you, and you know, that's what Digital Spy have gotten as a journalist.
Yeah.
Or to write a piece for them. You didn't deserve to write a piece for this fandom because you do not represent this fandom. And by the way, I don't just represent the men of this fandom. I represent a lot of the women of this fandom. And you most certainly, you and that other idiot, the time lady, don't know her, don't care, but she must be an idiot to be working with you. You do not represent women, right? We've got YouTubers like Blue Bonnet Hoovian who represent women in this.
She is absolutely
fantastic.
fantastic.
Is another one that represents Doctor Who female fandom, right? So again, Digital Spy, you know, I'm very disappointed in you for, you know, scraping the barrel so low that you decided to go and ask someone that doesn't actually understand the history of Doctor Who and has no right. Even I don't have a right to be talking about the history and the canon to readers of an article. That's up to someone that actually is a historian on Doctor Who canon that should be doing that. You shouldn't be getting a little shill who came along in the fandom because she was popular on YouTube or she did a blog or whatever she did that made her popular at the time. See, she might have been a nice girl back in the day, like Crystal D apparently was, because I found an old article and I threw it up. It was actually about me, which was weird.
Yeah, I saw that.
Time when I exposed Crystal D as being the bigot that she is. But this one's the same, you know, but Crystal D had the smarts to live. This one doesn't. And then she plays the victim every time she's called out. You know, she hasn't got a clue about the history of the show and she's talking about it. And I'm fucking pissed off at Digital Spy. It annoys me.
Do you know what I'm curious about?
Go on.
You know, like those special volumes that, you know, I had my Amazon Prime account and stuff, but you can find the bookstores like Doctor Who, Wikipedia, and all things Doctor Who, and all the things about the doctors, you know, stuff put together, licensed by the BBC.
Yeah.
Like breakdown of everything. Hasn't this thing that Chibnall done just made all of those books completely irrelevant and
exactly
wrong? And
of course it has. It's made. That's what I'm saying. This goes deeper. All those fans as well that own those books. Do you know what I mean? Everything.
Yeah,
And
even
into Patrick Troughton's era.
even the odd tales as well that I seem to have been skittered up now.
I just don't know where. Look, he's not. Look, it's been made very clear now. So for anybody out there, as I said, and poor Matrix Lord is one of them, and I'm the same because I've been trying to make sense of this and come up with my own little theories so he doesn't break canon. But unfortunately, after tonight's article, and if Joe was here, he'd probably, I don't know if he would agree with me or not, but Joe, that article, if you're listening, mate, because I know you do listen to some of my streams, if you are listening, mate, this is not looking good, mate. It doesn't look like he's going to fix. It doesn't look like there's a fix for this. I told you, once this happened, I said in the stream that I broke down, he is going to make sure that the next showrunner cannot come in and retcon this, because he's making a part of Classic Who, and BBC have decided, because people see, this is what happens when you get people complaining about Classic Who, about, you know, certain episodes where it might have been racist and all. This is where this all stems from for Chris Chibnall. This is why he's embarrassed by Classic Who. And now what he's doing is he's going, he thinks, right, because he's the man and he's got an ego as big as this bleeding apartment that I'm in, is that he's the man that can actually fix it. Moffat hadn't got the smarts for it. RTD hadn't got the smarts for it. Every other writer before me hadn't got the smarts, but I do. I'm going to show you all how it's done. That's his attitude. And you know what? When when I said it at the time again, and I hate to keep saying I was right, but I did say it at the time as well. When Moffat came out and said about canon, when you start talking about canon, guys, you start talking about canon, red flags flew up in my brain straight away.
Yeah.
So this is planned. He's obviously sat down. Look at. Maybe they all were at his throat. Maybe they were all disappointed with him, Moffat and the rest of them. But maybe he sat down with them all and explained what he was going to do. And maybe they have been helping him with it behind the scenes. We don't know. We don't know, because we don't have access backstage. We don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? We get source information, but we're not right there seeing what everything happening. I wish I was a fly on the wall to see what's going on. But this man is not stopping. He has a plan, and he's going to go through with it. And today was the first sign that he. Well, no, actually, it's not today, because he did the Origins thing as well. But this is the second now. Instead of them backtracking or whatever, they doubled down tonight. They're using Digital Spy. They're using Screen Rant. They're using all these shill media now to fight their battles for them. And remember, some journalists inside, and I mean the proper journalists that they actually get inside of those magazines, have actually criticised some of the episodes. Do you know what's happening? Do you know how they get around that, though? Do you know how the BBC gets around that? They offer exclusives. Yes, they offer exclusives. So Screen Rant got their exclusive, right? Digital Spy will get an exclusive, and all the other newspapers will get an exclusive. And that's what will keep the newspapers from criticising Chris Chibnall and his era of Doctor Who. Even the Radio Times, who come out and criticised the journalist that criticised, Radio Times then followed it up with another one basically praising the episode. So, you know what I mean? When a journalist has had the nerve to come out and say something, the same publisher will publish an article to basically dispute everything that the first journalist said. This is what's happening. BBC is getting around this by basically saying, well, we'll offer you exclusive, but we want you to start saying classic things and say nice things, and say how this is a good thing for the fandom, how this is a good thing for canon, how this is not going to destroy. And you notice there's a lot of articles out there where they're trying to explain, it's not destroying canon, it's only adding to it. But you've diluted it. The Doctor was always supposed to be from Gallifrey. Time Lords had two hearts, right? But so explain to me then, right? If the Timeless Child had two hearts, obviously the Timeless Child then we all know is the Doctor, and the woman who's basically looking after the Timeless Child tortures and murders the child to get the secret of regeneration, then sticks a needle in herself. You mean to tell me when she got the secret of regeneration, she sticks a needle in her, she automatically grows a second heart or something? Is that what we're supposed to believe? Because we always believed that Time Lords, Gallifreyans, whatever, had two hearts. Right? But now that's not the case either. Get away. Fuck off. You're not going to tell me that this is canon. You're not going to rewrite history because you're embarrassed by it. You bloody clown. Get out. Yeah, well, this Doctor Half Human thing is another thing that's actually fucking making Chibnall go through with this. He's going to rope that in somehow. That's what I'm saying. Anybody can be the Doctor, and it dilutes it. But then you got that idiot saying, "But it's still Doctor Who because we don't know where the Doctors were." This is how it was, right? I'm going to tell you now. I'm going to put it in Irish simple terms for you. This is how the Time Lords came about. So, female Gallifreyan decides to go out and explore the universe. Finds a refugee. Brings the refugee back to her home planet. Refugee falls off a cliff. Refugee comes back alive. The new mother is startled. The new mother starts experimenting on the child to find out the secret of this power. Then the mother decides, oh, it's grand, I'm just going to kill you a couple of times because I just need to know how this happens, right? So basically, Time Lord lore, the Time Lords began because they tortured a little kid, right? And they murdered a little kid, and we're supposed to accept that. Yeah, Chris Chibnall, go and pull the other one. Nobody's going to accept that, you bleeding clown. And as for you as well, Beth out of the Time Ladies who tried to justify all this, you're a clown as well, right? And by the way, your precious Jodie isn't the Fourth Doctor either, because that was taken away from you as well. I'm surprised you're not kicking and screaming about that one as well. But not only that, how diverse this show was, right? So we didn't just get a black Doctor. I think we got an Asian Doctor, a little white Doctor, another black Doctor, a Chinese Doctor, or an Asian Doctor. We got all these different Doctors, and then you decide to throw in this stupid fucking clip then. And was I correct? Am I correct in saying, because I watched the clip, but it happened so fast, was Rowan Atkinson in this fucking clip? What they were doing? Yeah. So he's even tying that in, and he tied Peter Cushing in. So he's basically trying to say, so do you remember Moffat tried to find a way of making well, this is Chris Chibnall's major plan. So Peter Cushing is also canon, even though his stories are basically rip-offs of stories that William done, but he's canon now because anybody can be the Doctor. Ted, would you like to be the Doctor, buddy? No, I'm just asking him, would he like to be the Doctor? Because anybody could be the fucking Doctor now. There's a pigeon out there. Here, ask the pigeon. Pigeon! Time Lord history founded on torture and murder. There you go. There's your new canon for yous. But that's as simple as it is. That's as simple as it is.
It's absolutely
was built on the foundations of torture and murder of a little child. So congratulations, Chibnall. That's something to be proud of, isn't it? You fucking idiot.
Yeah, absolutely idiot.
Fuck's sake.
Hashtag Teddy for the Doctor.
Fucking right. That's it, Chris. Yeah, I'd second that as well. No, we don't need him for K9. So, yeah. So, K9 wasn't with the Fourth Doctor anymore. Remember that. Numbers don't count because anybody could be the Doctor. So, when you get your DVDs now or your Blu-rays, don't be surprised if it doesn't say the Fourth Doctor anymore and it just says the Doctor.
How stupid, like, because you need them, but obviously, and
this is the whole point, though. This is what he wants to do, buddy. This is what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And all that history. And I mean, Peter Davison's still alive. Sylvester McCoy, Paul McGann, Colin Baker. Obviously, we got all the new Who Doctors as well. I mean, I don't know.
So
What the hell we're feeling.
disrespectful.
I mean, we're feeling like shit, right? But you've got to think of it. Peter Capaldi, huge fan of this show. David Tennant, a huge fan of this show, right? Christopher Eccleston, not so much so. Matt Smith became a fan while he became the Doctor. He said when he did he became a fan of Doctor Who, and he loves Doctor Who. I wonder how they're all feeling. Colin Baker too. And remember, Colin Baker has supported Jodie Whittaker throughout this whole process. I wonder how he feels now that basically he's not considered, you know, the number doctor that he is anymore. He's just a doctor. And how does he feel about, it's his legacy as well. I know everybody starts off with William Hartnell. They say justice for Hartnell because he's the fourth doctor.
Justice for Doctor Who.
Like Colin Baker is not the sixth doctor anymore. Peter Davidson's not the fifth doctor anymore. You know what I mean? Tom Baker is not the third doctor anymore. Oh, the fourth doctor anymore, sorry. Patrick Troughton is not the second. Pertwee is not the third. And Hartnell's not the fourth doctor anymore. That's what he's done. That's what he's done. I put the chart up. All these timeless children and the faces of in the brain of Morbius are part of it. You should see the way they try to explain it. It's all over the place. I think my head hurts because it does. It makes absolutely no sense. Exactly justice for 1 to 12. But I'd even go as one step further, and I'll probably be criticised for this. But I'd say justice for Doctor 1 to 13, because Jodie Whittaker, even though I don't agree that she should have got the role, she is in fact playing the Doctor. But even her history, and I know she's part of it, but he's even diluted her history. She is no longer not only the first female Doctor, but she isn't the 13th Doctor either. You know what I mean? Whittaker, but that's the truth of the matter. Even even she's being sullied by this as well. I don't really care about her as much as I care about the rest of them. But still, she's still like, you know what I mean? She's still number 13. She was number 13, even though we disagree. She still was number 13 last year. Now she's not. Now she's number whatever the fuck she is. There's probably hundreds of different doctors. And remember one thing, we still don't know where Ruth's doctor fits into all this bleeding bollocks either.
I don't know. I don't think even Chibnall was either. He's only like a unit to push his own agenda. He doesn't care about continuity.
Yeah, she's on too. You're right. That's what I mean. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't know. And again, there's no reversing this because he's making sure. So I know Rabbi put up a video and he said his title of his video is "Why I Think Doctor Who Isn't Dead." And I suppose at the time he probably had a point, but if you see what they're doing now, mate, I would actually have to say right now, I think you should change the title to that video. Doctor Who, why I think Doctor Who is not dead, until I read the Screen Rant article. Oh, it's dead. Trust me, it's not. He's trying to look, either BBC, I don't know. Someone said, is BBC trying to kill it? I don't see the justification in it though, killing it. If they wanted to kill it, why don't you just take it off air? Just take it off the air. You don't have to do this to kill it. Just take it off the air. Look, all you just have to do is come out with a statement and say, listen, unfortunately, Doctor Who's become very expensive to make. So we've decided to take it off the air for 5 years. We're going to sit down, we're going to reassess, and we'll see you in 5 years' time. Fans would say, right, we've got 5 years. Doctor Who's back in 5 years. We'd have a timeline. Right? But no, I just don't get it. See, I don't know, because I've been told they don't want to kill it. So but you're killing it. That's the point. You're killing it. Daniel, I mean, I know how you've been feeling all week. I mean, do you feel any better?
Well, I feel 10 times worse actually, because now I know that he's going to tap into. Now I know that he's going to tap into classic who, and even though I'm a younger fan, I'm actually enjoying classic who, and I prefer classic who. If he touches classic who, I don't think I'll be able to touch any of my DVDs anymore, to be honest with you. It's just horrible. It's a disgrace. So keep hammering in those emails and get rid of them now.
Exactly.
Please.
And just to remind, if anybody has come late, if you are wondering what the latest is, well, it's basically, I'll get it up for you now, just to show you what Chris Chibnall has done. For anybody out there that thought Classic Who was safe, I'm sorry to let you know that it's not. It's not. So you don't even have these our Classic Who anymore, because Chris Chibnall is actually going to mess with it. And I did a video in May, which I put up at the start of this stream, and I played a few minutes of it just to prove that I actually spoke about this last year. Because we had gotten information that Chris Chibnall was looking at the classic era, but we were told he was going to reimagine some of the original episodes. And if this digital spy, or not digital, Screen Rant, sorry, keep getting mixed up. So this is what they've put up today. So for anybody that's joining late, this is what he has done. So your Classic Who is not safe anymore.
Horrible.
So for anybody that likes Sacha Dhawan's Master, well, he's going to be in Patrick Troughton's era. He's going to be in the animation, the faceless ones. There's a poster. It's going to feature Roger Delgado's Master. See, I'm getting confused now. And Sasha's Master apparently on a poster. This is the start of Chris Chibnall retconning Classic Who to changing it. He's embarrassed by Classic Who, remember? He's always been embarrassed by Classic Who, and it looks like he's going to do something about it because his ego is that big that he thinks he's the man that can actually fix this, or because he's just embarrassed by it and he thinks it needs to be fixed, he is now going to destroy it. So there you go. If you want to read the whole article, I have put a video version up on the channel. But the Screen Rant article is there for you. I will actually share it on Twitter. Should do that now. Let's throw it up. So if anybody wants that article, I'm going to throw it up on Twitter now. Is it shared? I don't know what the crap. Do I do something? I think it might be shared. I haven't got a clue. Hopefully it is. But yeah, so he's inserted into Patrick Troughton's era. And remember, there's a lot of Patrick Troughton episodes that and stories that are missing. And apparently, BBC is going to animate the ones that they can. So there will be more of this rubbish inserted in because Chris Chibnall is embarrassed by Doctor Who. Remember, this is why he's doing this. He's embarrassed by Doctor Who, and now he thinks it needs to be fixed. And this is why this idiot has been put in charge. So if you want to read that, it's a Screen Rant article. You can check it out there on, you can Google it there, or if someone in the live chat there could do me a favor and throw it up on the chat for everybody, I would read.
Captain over April's just joined the live chat.
Yeah, well, I'm from Ireland, so for me, that I can't do anything like that. For me, I could only email the BBC. But yeah, there is people that actually do hold the TV license. If you're not happy with what they're doing with Doctor Who, I suppose you could contact your local MP, but I don't know what actually difference that would actually make. The government do want to take away it, and it looks like it might happen. So I don't look at the government is keeping an eye on the BBC. They know right now that BBC is in trouble. So they won't take them long to do something about it. This coronavirus has come at a wrong time, though.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, and that. Everything all gone right on. Read some of the comments. What is unknown to I'm saying there that like basically series 12 Master Recon, Super John, Super John posts face with this one's article. I'm sorry, no,
No, you're grand. You're good. You're doing great there. You're doing great there, mate. There's a Radio Times article that Super John has actually thrown up as well on the same topic. And it's Radio Times. So you probably would be better going in and actually reading that one because they're the BBC mouthpiece.
Yeah, or should I say propaganda piece?
Yeah, propaganda machine. Yeah. Go in and read them. It's probably from the Time ladies. You know, at this stage, they don't even hire proper journalists anymore. You know, even I could write for them. You know what I mean? My writings is atrocious. I can actually admit that. You know what I mean? But I don't claim to be an expert. And I'm not saying she claimed to be an expert, but if you're going to do an article about Doctor Who canon, you don't be getting someone that joined the fandom in the late 2000s. I'm sorry. Just because they had a V-blog and they say how much they love the era doesn't make them qualified to actually talk about canon of Doctor Who. They should have been gone with someone that actually understands the canon of Doctor Who to actually explain this. But there is no explanation because YouTubers out there like Bolstrek and others have demonstrated actually that what they're talking about is a load of bull and actually does make no sense whatsoever. This does not fit in perfectly with canon. Maybe in your little head canon it does, but it doesn't fit into the show's canon. So you could say whatever you want. You could try forces a little agenda, right? But it's not going to continue because fans are angry. Fans are angry. And Captain Robert April, you are right. We will have to go beyond emails. That's why Gary and a couple of other YouTubers were just thinking of ways, I suppose, would be the best way to go now. You know, but we would still encourage people because there's people people giving on Instagram have just shown they're apparently being taking the dislike ratio from their videos.
This is probably unorthodox, but did the BBC have a own number that you can own up to speak to somebody that way as well?
Yeah, I think Gary, when he was on his stream, he actually showed that phone number as well. Actually, if you want me to throw up the BBC complaints on the screen there, show you the phone number, and if you want to take a screenshot of it, let me know and I'll whack it up as well. Listen, but Captain Robert April is right. It does have to go beyond the emails, but the emails are working. They are listening because even though they are listening, That doesn't mean that they're actually going to do that right now, but they do. They are aware. They are aware. And Gary is working on a video. So we're told. He has asked. Actually, that's what I wanted to say to you guys. If there's anybody here that's on Twitter and has been sent an email response by the BBC, do me a favor. Gary from Neurotics is actually looking for people to send them their responses. If you could send them your responses, even on Twitter, just even publicly send them to him, so we can see that they're there, and everybody else then on Twitter can actually see that they're there as well. Because you know, as I said again, Gary, myself, and other YouTubers, we're going to be doing stuff like this because we're going to be highlighting these kind of things, because we don't want BBC to think, you know, or the general public out there to think, I should say, that everything is rosy with Doctor Who when it clearly isn't, right? We have to be that voice, right? Because the other side, unfortunately, do have the bigger voice because they have the likes of all these journalists behind us. So the YouTubers like Gary, big YouTubers like Gary, do have a bit of influence. So when they start talking, then other people start listening. You know what I mean? And maybe there might be some journalists out there that might listen and might actually hear what we have to say. I might actually hear that we're not protesting because the Doctor is a female or because of what they do. It's because of what they're doing to canon. It's because what he's doing to the show and the legacy of the show and how we feel about it. Because all we're hearing from the other side is how great they feel about this and how it adds to the show and she's the best ever, right? But who talks for their side? What journalist will actually stick their neck out for us? And if there is any journalist listening to me right now on this channel, I would say to you, why don't you stick your neck out for fans like us?
Yeah,
right?
And actually come on the Tardis this one as well, get in contact with if you and I'm sure will be happy to bring you on as well, because that's what had said in his previous live stream. So we'd like to get in contact with you, please.
That's it. And then you'll hear from people like Daniel. You'll hear from people like Marty, who are the young fans in this fandom. You'll also hear from people like Blue Bonnet Hoovian and Charlotte, who are the ladies of this fandom, who also dislike what Chris Chibnall is doing. If you were to listen to the other side, you would think it was a bunch of sexist, racist, misogynistic men. That is not the case. We are real fans. We are real fans who are genuinely upset about the show's canon being destroyed. We are not the toxic ones. All we have ever wanted to do is get the best version of Doctor Who on the TV. And we have never gotten that under Chris Chibnall. And he constantly attacks fans, along with the lady that's playing the role. She has a video from Stylist that she did where she was taking the piss out of fans. You had the BBC director of drama, head of drama, Piers Wenger, come out and say all of Jodie Whittaker's predecessors and Peter Capaldi too. So I'm sorry. You know, I wish there was a journalist out there. I wish you'd listen to our side of the fandom and listen to our points of view and understand where we're coming from, because this isn't pushed by any sort of agenda. The only agenda that we actually have, if we do have an agenda, is that we want the best version of Doctor Who on TV that actually appeals to everybody, actually has some great stories to tell. What Doctor Who has become, it's become a preachy propaganda mouthpiece for the BBC and all the ideologues involved with the show. And that's not what Doctor Who is supposed to be. And that is why we have fought tooth and nail since Jodie Whittaker has been cast, because we seen this a mile away.
Yeah.
So if there's a journalist listening to me or happens to come across this stream, because I know journalists they always look for a story somewhere, right? Come and talk to this side of the fandom. You're invited onto this channel and listen to the fans, read the chat, hear what they have to say. I'm sick of the other side getting their voice heard, but their side never gets that representation.
Yeah.
So if there's any journalists out there and you have the balls to talk to our side and to give our side the spotlight that it deserves, well, we welcome you here on this channel. Daniel, would you like to add on to that?
Well, yeah, and I would like to say is, just, just, follow the instructions to, and then hopefully we can get everything sorted, and then we can get rid of Chibnall. Also, just do what everybody's been telling you to do. Email the BBC, maybe even write to a couple over the paper as well, and maybe even find to the BBC phone number and phone up the BBC as well.
Yeah. I just saying a comment there, someone saying that they liked Series 12. Well, can I ask you a question, actually? And I'm not being smart here or trying to start that. Could you explain to me why you liked Series 12? I'd just like to hear from someone else's point of view. I'll read your comment though. Be interesting to see, because obviously the majority of us here, well, none of us liked it. There were some elements that we did like, but obviously now with what happened in the last episode, I don't even care about what the good parts of this era anymore.
Yeah, it's pointless.
You destroy canon in the last episode. I'm sorry. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
So you get all that money over the years as well is what's pissing me. Well, it's not even the money. I don't really care about the money that I've spent. But when I look at a box set that's supposed to, and it says the Ninth Doctor on it or something, it's like, because I've got the old ones. Obviously now with the new ones, they're not going to have that. It doesn't. It's not the Ninth Doctor, because here's the thing. And as I said, people said they have their own head canon and they have Classic Who. Fine, fair enough. You might have your own head canon, but he's actually trying to mess with Classic Who now. So he's basically going to start messing with your head canon, because most of his bases are head canon on Classic Who.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? This is what I'm saying. So I don't know. It'd be nice to see if that person that actually said they liked Series 12 would actually, from their point of view, would actually like to tell us why they liked it, because I don't know. I certainly haven't came across anybody except the usual suspects that I always come across that like this. But didn't like Series 11, as I thought it played it too safe. Series 12 at least took some risks. Thought the writing and acting was a step up, even if it wasn't as good as some of the other series. Right. Okay. Well, we did say on this channel that the acting was a step up from last year. I will agree with you on that one. As for, you thought the writing was better this year. Was it? Thought the writing and acting were a step up. The writing this year.
I don't think
up until the point. Okay, up until the last episode, the writing was up and down for me. Right? Spyfall 1 at least had something about it. Spyfall 2 didn't like. And for me then, it was kind of up and down. for each episode, but I didn't like any of them, to be quite honest, and I'm just being honest. You thought he played it too safe in Series 11. I have to disagree with you on that one, because if you look at Series 11, he actually did something completely different.
Yeah,
no old villains, no nothing. He only brought the Daleks back in resolution of the Dalek, or whatever it was called, because he had to insert them in somehow. But I give Series 11 credit for at least it tried to be something different. That's why a lot of fans were giving out, because it wasn't Doctor Who. People were saying it's not Doctor Who because he tried something different. So I don't agree with that. You're saying he took risks for Series 12. Well, all he did was he brought back Captain Jack. He said something about the Lone Cyberman. We get this whole ridiculous canon destroying story arc. That's not taking a risk. That's just being idiotic. That's just not understanding what you're supposed to be writing. He's trying to leave his mark, but he's leaving his mark all right. He's going to leave his mark with this audience when they all walk away. But I do agree with you. He took some risks in Series 12. But the risks that he's taken is a worth destroying canon for. And I know you probably think personally that he added to it. I would have to disagree with that one myself, and I think a lot of people here disagree with that as well. But I don't like that narration. I'm sorry. I disagree. I think it's diluted the Doctor's character. Anybody can be the Doctor now. And the Doctor was a refugee, and the Time Lords were founded on the fact that a child was experimented and murdered. So murder and experimentation is how the Time Lords came about.
Yeah.
And by the way, answer me this one. If the timeless child had multiple regenerations, as we're led to believe, well then how come the Doctor needed an extra regeneration set off the Time Lords in what was the episode? The Trenzalore episode? The one where
the Time of the Doctor.
That's the one, Time of the Doctor. So at the Time of the Doctor, so why did he need an extra set of regenerations if he didn't need them? If the Time Lords got their power off him or her timeless child, which the Doctor's supposed to be, well then why would the Doctor need another regeneration cycle?
Yeah.
I know that Time Lords were supposed to be restricted to 12, but they were created through the timeless child. So it doesn't make sense. Again, none of this makes sense. But again, you've come on here, you're friendly about it. You're unlike most people that do talk about it. You've given your opinion. I respect it. Thank you. I don't agree with everything that you've said. I will agree that he did take some risks, but he's went a step too far, in my opinion. He's destroyed a fandom right now. A lot of fans are really hurt and upset by what he's done. And he's proved that he's not backing down from this, because he's already inserted Sasser's Master into the Faceless Ones, Patrick Troughton's story. So it's already started. The rewrite of history is starting, and this is why fans don't like what he's doing.
Yeah.
If this series had ended like, nah, that was nothing. If there was none of this in it, I'd be sitting here saying, well, he shouldn't be still in the job because he's writing his crap. But I wouldn't be sitting here heartbroken saying he's destroyed canon and now he's gone back to classic Who now and he's going to start tinkering with that. And this guy has a plan, and it looks like BBC are backing him, and it doesn't sit well with me. I'm sorry. But thank you for your comment, and thank you for being respectful too. It's not very often we get someone in here that likes Series 12. So thank you for coming in and leaving us your opinion. It's much appreciated. I don't know. I think for me personally, I think Series 11 was more risky because he did something completely different. Well, I think about it didn't. What was everybody's complaint about Series 11? It didn't feel like Doctor Who. Yeah.
It felt like
Same
an
atmosphere.
ITV drama.
Yeah, it was too preachy, and he changed everything. Right? We only got one cliffhanger. See, this is the thing. He did take risks last year. Now, do you know what? I did. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. But I will give him this. He tried something different. It didn't work, fair enough. But he resorts. See, this is why I disagree with you. He took risks. He went back to the tried and tested because he brought back Jadun. He brought back Captain Jack. Now we're getting the Daleks. He brought back the Cybermen. This look, for people saying that he came up with this and this was an idea that he's had. Yeah, but he wasn't going to do it in Series 11. He brought up the timeless child at the end of series, a throwaway line. And I think then he just decided to go with it because everybody like us were criticizing his show. This is basically a big up yours to all those fans that criticize Series 11. That's basically what this is. This Series 12 was. Sure, even in the first episode, Spyfall, he had a little dig at fans with the whole upgrade line. So he's a petulant child, and when he doesn't get his own way,
He fiddles the toys outside the pram.
exactly. Are you sure you don't want to before you go to bed? Come on. Yeah, I'll take him to the toilet. Sure, I'm going to be fit. Me and Daniel are going to finish up now soon. We're nearly finished. Daniel's being my little co-host tonight.
He's hiding wrapped up in his
Yeah.
hoarding his.
There you go. Yeah, Daniel's being my little host tonight.
Breaded his batter sausage that he refuses to eat, but he's just gonna hold it in his mouth.
So everybody else that was supposed to be on the panel, I will get you on sometime next week. As I just said, there wasn't enough guests, so I just decided that it would just be me and Daniel tonight. Because I've been Daniel was worried that I wasn't talking to him because I've been very quiet, and that's not like me, as you all know, because I'm not a quiet person, especially when it comes to Twitter. But I have only been posting videos up and maybe the odd post here and there, but I haven't been as active as I have been over the last 2 years. It's just, I just don't want to be dealing with some little twat laughing in my face and saying I'm glad. See, I've gotten a bit of that as well, which I knew was going to happen. I'm glad this has happened to you because it's what you deserve for not supporting Jodie Whittaker. But I don't think they even get the point. Listen, this has nothing got to do with whether I supported Jodie Whittaker or not. What Chris Chibnall has done, and you probably don't even realise this, is that Jodie Whittaker actually isn't the first female doctor either. So he's actually taken that away from you as well. So rather than be gloaty and rather than celebrating, fair enough. You've got what you wanted. You wanted this because you knew this would upset us and some of us would walk away, and that's what you want. But what you don't realise what you have done is that you have actually helped kill the show, because if you think fans are coming back for your precious Christmas special, you're actually going to get a shock. And if you think they're going to come back for Series 13, you're going to get a shock. See, here's the thing that people don't realise is that whether you like it or not, you need us in the fandom. Because if we walk away, unfortunately, whether you like this or not, right, there's not enough of us. There's not enough of us to support this show.
And it's us that are buying them. It's us that are buying them and they actually.
True, but it's not even about that. They've treated us horribly, right? Yeah. And we're the ones that have kept this show going, right? Yeah. And for 2 years, you've been battling with us. Now, you have told us you can't say anything negative unless you watch it. Fine. I gave it a go. So did Bowstrek. So did everybody else here, right? Even some that said that they weren't going to watch reversed and watched, right? They probably didn't watch it live. They watched it after the fact, but they watched it because they thought Series 11, yeah, okay, we'll give her a chance. Right? Even Bolstrek in his very first video actually was very kind to the woman who fell to earth. Whereas I remember I didn't actually do a review until I think it was the third episode or something, and then I lost. Yeah, I lost me crap. Yeah, because Ryan didn't want to do it anymore.
No, you hijacked it because you were mad that we were in a.
Yeah, Jared. Well, at the end of the day, you know.
Or maybe you were threatened by how much.
No, I wasn't. Look, they were doing it. They were doing the streams, right? And then me and Cheryl were supposed to do one together. But then it got to the stage where, and this is what actually happened, it got to the stage there where Cheryl had actually lost interest. And so had I. And so did Ryan. He lost interest because he stopped. His last one was, if I remember correctly, was Demons of Punjab. I think that was the last one he did. That broke him. The spiders. Wasn't not the spider one. What was the spider one?
Yeah,
that was the one he did. Arachnids, right? That was the lad that broke him. Right, like it broke a lot of people last year. Right, so then I took over then, and then I start doing them on the channel, and the early reviews are actually, a bit of a joke, actually, to be honest with you. So then I said for Series 12 we get Cheryl does a great review. Me and Cheryl's first reviews actually, I was looking at them. Yeah, you do good reviews as well. We will have drunk Cheryl sometime.
Yay.
They are not asking for drunk.
No, they're not asking for drunk Cheryl now, but I'm just reminding people we will have drunk Cheryl at some stage. Coming soon, because we have Paddy's Day and all coming here. Not Patty's Day. Paddy's Day, right, for you Americans, because I hear Americans over there call it Patty's Day. It's not Paddy's Day. Paddy's Day, Paddies, Paddy's. Oh no, yes, that's the one.
Way to embarrass yourself.
So who cares, right? It's Paddy, right? Not Patties. So what? Who gives a shit? Do I look like I give a crap right now? We want drunk Cheryl now. Nah, drunk Cheryl's going to bed now. That's what we'll actually put her up as. What? We'll find a drunk redhead avatar, right? And what we'll do is we'll get her to write up on her name instead of Cheryl, drunk Cheryl, for when she's drunk, and then when she's sober, we'll put sober Cheryl. Right, so you know which Cheryl you are getting.
Cheryl just needs to sit.
I must check me back catalogue, mate. Have I missed something? Am I missing a whole conversation there? Hold on. I just want to see if I'm missing a whole conversation. Oh, here we go again. The Noel and Cheryl soap show. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, we know St. Patrick might have came from Britain, but we claim him because, he got rid of the snakes out of Ireland, except all the politicians and the paedophile priests. But he got rid of the snakes anyway. He couldn't come over and actually do something, constructive, like get rid of paedophiles and priests. But no, decides to get rid of all the snakes instead. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, but in fairness, though, the snakes wouldn't have been able to survive here because of the cold climate. So those kind of stories, when you're told as a kid, kind of don't add up now when you're an adult. Kind of like, that's stupid.
Yeah, giddy.
Yeah. I know. They're embarrassing. I was even thinking of taking some of them down because I was... Listen, no, I've kind of changed over. You will see there has been a change in me because I was far more militant than this. People think I'm actually bad now. Back then, I didn't give a shit. Jodie Whittaker, if she had to come out and said something, I had no problem attacking Jodie Whittaker back then. Seriously, no problem. Nobody. That's what this channel was actually known for at first. I used to actually just, anybody that was mounting off with anybody on their side of the fandom. That's how I got into the battle with Crystal D and all those other gobshites, and that's how I'm known. I punched up, I did. I started attacking anybody that was going after anybody on their side, and I seen them screenshotting people's tweets and putting them up, and I'd pull them up about it. So then I'd start doing videos. I called the Sisterhood of Carn out. They got a video pulled down, belonged to me. As you know, I've called out the Time Ladies a good few times on this channel. I've called out Benjamin Cook. I've called out Crystal D. I've called out Chris Chibnall. Obviously, I haven't had any direct contact with Chris Chibnall, but all these people I've had some run-in form or another on Twitter. Actually, Ben Cook criticised me one time and then start giving me advice on how I should do my videos. Then, as you're all saying, I put up a tweet there. Josh Snares had a go at me, called me a talentless fool or something like that. I don't care. I don't claim to have any talent, mate. You're the one with the talent. And actually, you are very talented at what you do. It's actually such a shame that someone that's as good as you at what you do, that you'd actually, go and attack a YouTuber like me who doesn't agree with your opinions. Yeah, so he had a go at me. He still hasn't got the balls, though. I don't think he has balls to actually to face me, because I've actually tagged him back. He says, "You're going to say it to me face? If you've anything to say, mate, say it to me face. Like, don't be talking shit behind me back. If you're going to talk shit about me, well, at least have the balls to tag me in it. You know what I mean? But no, they never do. They never do. But he is. I'm not going to sit here and slag him, and say that he hasn't got any talent. He does. But you should dye that hair of yours, because you look like a bleeding twat. Man, blonde. Oh. Yeah, she sees her. It's got it all to one side. Yeah. I don't know what you call that haircut, mate. It must be one of those non-binary haircuts in Australia or New Zealand, wherever you're from. Josh Snares, he's the one that does videos on, what's it, reconstructions or something, isn't it? Yeah. The special effects. I'll wind it up when I'm ready. Yeah, I'll take him out. He doesn't go out till 1 o'clock. It's only 12:05. What are you rushing me for? I'm Irish. Don't be rushing me. I'm Irish. Do you get it? Do you get it? I know, yeah. Do you get it, though? Seriously, he doesn't go down till 1.
It's bad, though, if you have to ask somebody if they get it.
Yeah, well, they won't be getting the license fee if Boris Johnson has his way. Phasic extract. I always find it hard to do the extract, those words. Yeah, but I tell you, it looks like Boris Johnson wants to bleed and actually take this. Cheryl is a Russian bot, you're right. Do you know what? I actually think Cheryl's a cyborg.
Yeah, bring his stuff.
Oh, here, do you want to hear a story? Does any?
Stop it.
I will. I'll bring him down. Then I'll bring him into bed with his cushion. Yes, I know. Can I have a kiss now?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I meant to. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not worthy of one. No, we're off camera. Don't worry. No, I love you.
What are you going to tell a story about?
Yeah, I'm going to tell a story about you. I'm going to tell the story about how you scared the shit out of me one night. Do you remember when you creep in? Do you remember when So when Cheryl first moved over here, right, and obviously everything was going great, and then we got married, right? Cheryl always had this habit, right? Cheryl go to bed now, right? She normally goes to bed earlier than this, but Cheryl will go to bed now, right? And I guarantee you, she'll get up around 3 or 4 times now, right? But I'll tell you this one story. So another way I was telling you is about all the spooky stuff that was happening in the...
Yeah.
Well, last year, me and Cheryl went through a phase where we were watching murder stuff, right? Britain's most evil serial killers, male and female, and then paranormal stuff on top of that as well, right? So Cheryl goes to bed. Now, of course, if Cheryl watches that in paranormal before she goes to bed, guarantee she's going to be up or she's going to be crying in her sleep, and I have to go in and say, it's only a dream. So one night I'm here, I'm playing the computer, I'm minding my own business, right? And I hadn't got the earphones in, actually, right? This is how creepy it was, right? So I'm sitting there minding my own business, right? I'm playing FIFA. Now, I'm obviously glued.
I love that you're doing the motions when
nobody can see the motions of it. right? So next of all I hear is a voice, and I leapt from the sofa. I turn around and there's Cheryl like some sort of zombie just standing there staring at me. And I'm like, what the hell? Hold on. You didn't see the head movement. I'll show you the head movement. So she's standing like this. She's standing like this. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? Well, she had to give me a fucking, you bitch. You had to give me a heart attack. I was like, I thought someone had bleeding broke in or something. I said, what's wrong with you, man? I can't sleep. Can you make us a cup of chamomile tea? I was like, all that for tea? Oh my God. And here, it's not the first. And here, it's not the first time she's done stuff like that either. Right? Not the first time. Just don't be lying. Right? Not true. She always says it's not true. Becca frightens the crap out of me every time. She has a thing as well, but now she does the opposite. Now I can hear Cheryl coming out because Cheryl will whack doors all over the place now, just to, like, you know. All I say to her is, right, I says, if you're coming in, you don't creep in like that. I says, if you're coming in, especially the sitting room, open the sitting room door, pull the handle down so I can hear you coming in. Oh my God, lads, you should, and ladies, I swear, the colour, I went into the mirror and I had a look at myself, the colour drained out of me face. She's mad. She's crazy, man. But watch, right, what time is it now? 12:15. Right? Guarantee it. 3 times tonight. Well, no, she didn't watch anything scary tonight. I don't know what the hell she's watching tonight. But she was watching some mad crap. No, to be fair, you did say for better or worse. Yeah, I did. You're right. That's why you should always read a contract before you sign it. You know what they say? Read the small print. Nah.
He's going to kill you when you get off this screen.
Nah. Me, the thing is that, look, no matter, it's, me and Cheryl are like every other couple out there. Yeah. You know, she knows, and then sometimes she does it on purpose because she knows it frightened the shit out of me. But like I frightened the crap out of her a few times as well. Yeah. So, you know, I suppose it works both ways. We love winding each other up as well, and she'll wind me up on purpose as well, just so I'll go on a rant or something, just so she see, and then she'll start laughing at me, and I'm like, "But what you do that for, man?" And she's like, "It's so easy how I wind you up." But I'll wind her up. I'll say something. Cheryl, I've got something to say to you. She go, "What?" I say, "No, listen, sit down. You have to sit down." She go, "Right." She sit down. I go, "Right, now this is important, right?" And I'll tell her the story. And she's there, and I'll have her convinced, right? And she goes, "Nah, you lie." No, it's the truth. She'll believe it, right? And I go, "No, that story I told you." She go, "Yeah, it's not the truth." She go, "You did it again." Keep winding her up. We wind each other up all the time. She got to bed now, so I better keep it quiet, or she'll be coming out, and she will hit me with a frying pan. Right, let's see. Where are we now? Matthew Pounder has joined the chat. So just to remind everybody briefly before we do go, we'll be going now in a few minutes, just to remind you all the latest. So the latest is that Chris Chibnall has doubled down, or the BBC have doubled down. They have now inserted Sacha Dhawan's master into the faceless ones. Apparently what's going to happen is there's going to be a poster of Roger Delgado's master, and there's also going to be a poster of Sacha Dhawan's master. And apparently this is a whole big plan by the BBC, and there's going to be other things that are going to be inserted into Classic Who. Classic Who is no longer safe. So for those people that say they have their own headcanon, unfortunately, he is messing with the classic show. Where is our headcanon come from? What I would suggest is all the classic stories that you have now, keep them. Don't see. This is why I said the fans that said they were going to get rid of their classic merchandise. Are you really going to get rid of it now after hearing this? Because remember, you have the original pure version of Doctor Who now. Remember that. So keep it, right? Because as far as we're concerned, William Hartnell will always be the first Doctor. Okay, Patrick Troughton will always be the second. Pertwee will always be the third, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, so keep your DVDs and Blu-rays. What I will say to you now is, if anybody on this live chat has purchased the faceless ones, I would reconsider now.
And send it back or ask.
And send it back. And not only that, I would reject any animation merchandise that comes out for the BBC, wherever they do. So Faceless Ones is one that's coming out, and they have other animations that are coming out. So if you have ordered those animations, please do yourself a favor and reject them. Send them back or cancel your order. Do not give BBC the chance to destroy Classic Who, because if you buy them, you're contributing. And that's the bottom line. You know me, I don't piss around with fans on this channel. I never have. I'm as blunt as it is, and I'm telling you out straight. If you buy those DVDs and Blu-rays of the Faceless Ones, you're supporting this, whether you like it or not. That's what you're doing, right? And they're going to insert more of this crap into the rest of the animations. And as I said, the BBC, as I said in the video last May, Chris Chibnall is thinking of reimagining some of these other stories. Okay, so we've got the classic ones, and he might start tinkering around with some of your favorite classic episodes. So anybody that has any merchandise that said that they're getting rid of their DVDs and their Blu-rays, you have the pure form of Doctor Who. You have the right form of Doctor Who. So whatever you do, you hold on to them tight and remember Doctor Who the way it used to be, because Chris Chibnall now is going to destroy Classic Who. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry to break this to you, but it's time that we do something now.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you are going to lose your Classic Who as well. And as I said, Chris Chibnall's doing this because he's embarrassed by Doctor Who, because Doctor Who embarrassed him. Do you know what? He was probably picked on and bullied because he was a Doctor Who fan. He probably got a lot of stick because of that clip growing up. And he's probably bitter. And this is his way. Well, you's all screwed with me and made fun of me. Well, I'm going to destroy something that means so much to you. And this is why he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Right? So please, guys, do not support any of these classic animations. I'm so sad to say that, because this was the thing that us classic fans were actually, when the Timeless Child when this all came about, the one thing I heard from fans like us was, I can't wait now. We still have the animations. We still have something to hold on to. Well, I'm sorry, he's just took that away from you now as well. He's took it off you. I mean, and by the way, Daniel, I just want to let you know, I unfortunately, I think Big Finish.
Yeah,
and I know you're a fan of Big Finish. Now, I wouldn't tell you to stop listening to the audios, because there's still some great stories out there. But what I would say to anybody that is a Big Finish collector, I would get as much as your audios in as I can before they start trying to retcon the audios as well, because Big Finish actually support this. So you know, again, I won't tell you not to get Big Finish, because Big Finish, but I know Ballstrek is not buying anymore, and he cancelled his subscription. I think he's finished with them anyway. He thinks if they don't reverse this, they're not going to last very long, and they won't. They need to reverse this. Chibnall's era is going to bring down the whole of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, Marty. You can't, Marty. You're saying Chris Chibnall's era isn't canon. I don't think you understand. It is canon, and he's destroying classic canon as well. So you could say Chris Chibnall's era is not canon. Well, he's also going into classic Who, so classic Who is not canon either. Do you get me? So it's not that Chris Chibnall's era isn't canon. Unfortunately, it is. We just have to get it decanonized now before it's too late, before he goes any further.
I'm sending those emails
and trust me on this. You can keep saying, and other fans can keep saying, Chris Chibnall's era isn't canon, but unfortunately now he's gone back to classic Who, and he's actually manipulating what goes on in the new animations that are going to be coming out. And as I said, I did a video last May which I put up at the start of the stream, and I played to everybody to prove it. I already spoke about this last year, right? So he's going to tip into classic Who as well, right? So when you say Chibnall's era isn't canon, unfortunately that doesn't stand anymore, because he's also going into classic Who. He's actually gone one step further than Moffat ever did. He's actually gone into classic Who, and he's changing the course of history. So he started off with the animations, and trust me, they're the first and the second Doctor stories that are mostly missing and need to be animated. So this is perfect for him. It's perfect. If these episodes were around, if the actual originals were around, to be honest, those collectors are bastards because they have them. If they had gave them to the BBC, I don't think this would even be happening, because the original episodes would be there for all the fans to see. But because they're not, because they can't get their hands on them, you know, they're animating what they can, and now the animators have to do what Chris Chibnall says to them. So I'm sorry, your classic Who, this is what I'm saying, Marty. I'm not giving out your art, and I'm just saying, when fans say Chris Chibnall's era is not canon, you can't say that. You can say all you want, yeah, my head canon, whatever, but he's going into classic Who now. So don't buy them, don't support it. You know, we have to damage them financially. We have to damage them publicly, by the way, what we're doing. Obviously, hopefully then we'll see what all the other big YouTubers, what step they want to take. You know, because we'll need support.
Yeah.
And there you go. Right, I'm going to show you something. Well done, Chris. You are a legend.
Yeah.
Chris is a legend. No, Chris is at the sending me something, and I said it. I said this already. They've been setting this up. Look. But this actually just proves what I said. None of the doctors are going to have a number anymore.
Yeah.
Right? And this is the proof. So this is the artwork, if I'm saying. This is what the artwork is like on the Blu-ray releases now. And I'm not going to say or point anything out to you at all. I'm going to let you see, and then I'll let you make comments in the chat and tell me, what do you see wrong with this box set? Right?
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to ask. Right? What do you see wrong with this box set? Right? So for anybody there saying, "No, Chris Chibnall's yoke is canon," well, here you go. Here's the proof again. Here's more proof if you want to know that Chris Chibnall is actually trying to rope in classic Who. So that argument, unfortunately, you know, you can't. You have to come out now and fight with the rest of us. So tell us, guys, look at that now and tell me what's wrong with that. box set there. Forget about the logo, right? Ignore the logo. Look at the rest. Tell me what's wrong with that.
That's not good. They put the doctor on
Exactly. So it just says Tom Baker completes season 1. No fourth doctor, no nothing. And this is what you're going to get, right? So you're going to get Colin Baker will be the same, you know. Whoever other doctors they have a Blu-ray. So that's that. That's all you'll have. But there you go. Thank you, Chris, for that. Yeah, because each doctor is not a is an individual. See, this is big. This is bigger than you all realize. You need to be. It's there in black and white.
Yeah, it's not even got the correct season number on it, like season 12 or whatever.
No, but this is his complete fourth season. This is his season 1.
Yeah.
See, that's the point. They've all been broken down into it's like this is his season 1, so he'll have a certain amount of seasons. So how long did he stay for? What was it? 7 years. So how many series did he do in 7? 7? Was it 7? He did.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah. So that'll be season 1. Then you'll have season 2, season 3, season 4, all the way up to season 7. That's how they're doing them now. So there you go. That's what they're trying to do. So unfortunately, that argument about, well, I've got Classic Who, that's out the window. And that argument, I have my own headcanon, that's out the window. Because he's going to do something with Classic Who, and then you have to readjust your headcanon. And then before you know it, then it's just, it becomes just more ridiculous as what he's written. So that's out the window. And, Chris Chibnall's era is not canon. That's out the window because he's not just writing his own era. He's gone back to the classic era and he's correcting things that he thinks that needs to be corrected. So his whole era involves Classic Who as well. So that's why I'm saying that argument doesn't hold up anymore, because he's gone back and he's actually making course corrections that he feels need to be made to justify his bull. Now, I said this, if you need to go back to Classic Who and start correcting stuff to justify what you are doing, well, then what you're doing is wrong. And you should see, again, this is like the whole Jodie Whittaker thing, right? She didn't adapt to the role. She adapted the role to suit her. And that's what Chris Chibnall has done with Doctor Who. He's adapted Doctor Who to suit his agenda and his vision, right? And Classic Who distorts that vision. So he has to go back and fix Classic Who because he's got that ego, so he has to fix it. He's the man that could fix Doctor Who. So if just because I know some of you are mods on other big YouTubers channels, I will be on Gary's later on. I heard he comes on 2:00 or something UK time, so I will be on because I'll mod on that. It'd be nice to see what because I think he's doing a bit of Doctor Who as well. So I want to hear what he has to say. Yeah. Because Gary's videos, as you said earlier tonight, actually, Daniel, heels versus baby face, critical drinker, even Doomcock's video, Gary's then stream. Hearing these have kind of helped me, and I know they've helped you. And that's why I did one on Thursday myself, just to kind of talk it out, try understand what's going on. But again, as I said, he's a hack. Look, as I said, he has changed the show to fit his agenda. Yeah. And Classic Who now is part of that. So his era involves Classic Who. So this whole thing, Chris Chibnall's era, is not canon. I'm sorry, you can't make that argument anymore because he's roping Classic Who into that. We've got to protect Classic Who. So yeah, it can't go on. I'm not stopping this protest. This campaign of ours will continue. So for now, until we look, as I said, we've got 9 months, but we're not going to be moving slow on this. So as soon as I have an update on what the plan needs to be, I'm just waiting on certain people to get back from their little rest and their breaks and talk to them and see what other kind of plan of action we can take. As I told you earlier on, we've made a plea as well on this channel for any journalists out there that would be willing to listen to our side of the fandom and actually listen to what we have to say, because not every person that's against this era is actually sexist, racist, or bigot. That's a small minority. Like the other side is only a small minority, but they have the bigger mouthpieces. So if there's any journalists out there, and as I said, I have been working behind the scenes, pestering a few of them. I haven't been blocked by them because I do it in a nice way. I don't do it in a way, I leave a message and then I leave it for a few days and then, see if I get a reply if they've read it. Couple of them have read me messages. So I've just left it now and see if I get a reply. And I'll keep doing what I have to do. Because this is what I'm saying. We need to fix this. We need to we need to stop them from going any further. Right? And look at the faceless ones. It's the forced animation. That's very easy to get Sasha's face out of there anyway. You know what I mean? So, because I'm sorry, I do like Sasha, but he has no business to being in Patrick Troughton's era. Ridiculous, man. Just leave him in this fucking area, will you? Jesus. It's ridiculous. Right, Daniel, go on, plug your channel there and let us know what you've got up and coming, mate.
I'm going to considering getting a couple more, but I finished reviewing them on channel, but I'll be doing another Doctor Who content as well, and I'll be doing another save Doctor Who stream 3 and Forces 3 and Forces era as well. So Chris is still here in the live chat, could you put my channel?
Yeah, unknown is there. He knows how to do it as well. Just throw his channel up there as well. But yeah, but Daniel is good. But Daniel is going to do a stream on this. Fantastic. Don't forget though, if you do it, don't forget to actually highlight that article and show fans what's actually happening. And hopefully the other big YouTubers now have got a hold of this article and know about it, and they actually do a video on it as well. Listen, but we YouTubers, I do believe right now, until we decide what we're doing, we need to be a voice for this side of the fandom. I do agree with Daniel. Daniel said at the start of the stream, if we all fuck off, who's left? Not many. So, we need still to be reporting on stuff like this anyway and calling out the BBC when they do stuff like this. So, yeah, hopefully the other lads and ladies will get. And Daniel Chris has put up your channel, and so has Unknown. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. Yous are great. So, yeah, Daniel, as he said, he's new content as well coming up on the channel as well. He's regular Big Finish stuff as well. We'll have to see how Big Finish goes though, Daniel, won't we? But hopefully hopefully they don't start fiddling with Big Finish, because that's the last thing. Listen, that is the last thing now fans will have. If he's going after Classic Q now, and
Oh,
I'm just letting you know, we actually are going after Big Finish, because Beth, if everybody remembers from the time, ladies, again, making a nuisance of herself, wanted to know what the ratio or the percentage of male and female writers were at Big Finish.
Who actually cares? Because there is email spin-offs already.
Yeah, well, you look at that tweet right, but hang on, you look at all of that and all the drama that came with it, and then she played the victim. She said she had to take down the tweet because she was getting victimized about it. And then what happened Sunday? Big Finish then come out and support this travesty. So I don't know. These people seem to be very powerful.
Yeah.
They have. That's what I'm saying. They've got organizations behind them that will give them a platform to be more powerful than they should be. I mean, she's supposed to be a fan in the same position as us, but she's in a very privileged position, but she uses it to attack anybody that doesn't agree with her politics or doesn't agree with the way the show is going. And I mean, do you know what surprised me is some of the people that I thought didn't like Chris Chibnall's era all of a sudden coming out and supporting this mess. And that's what's actually really kind of got under my skin, is some of those people that used to be a regular even on this channel that I do see still on Twitter, that still follow me on Twitter though, and we're complaining Jordan Series 12, but then all of a sudden did this and think this is a great idea. I don't get it. I just don't get how people can go on ragging on Chris Chibnall for 2 years, and then he goes and does this one thing that we believe has destroyed the show. But yes, some of these people actually love it.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's something funny with this fandom lately. I don't know. It's like as if, as I said, we see defeatist attitudes in people as well. I mean, look at, if we don't do that in Classic Q, it's going to be destroyed as well, and you won't even have that. Yeah, you will have his original DVDs, but BBC will always say what you have isn't canon. And fair enough, you can say that it's not canon, but you all know deep down that, if BBC make changes to the shows, this is not going to be reversed.
Well, basically, I'm going to have to.
I know you do, because you've the head off, mate. That's why I'm going to end the stream now anyway. We're over the 3 hours as usual anyway. But listen, Daniel, thank you for joining us again. We'll have you on again soon. What day is it today? Wednesday? Oh, Friday. Yeah, I'm on Rabbi's channel. Actually, go on, Daniel. I'll let you go because I have to make a few announcements anyway. But listen, mate, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate having you.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, mate, and good night.
See you later, pal. Right. I'm on Rabbi's channel tomorrow to review, obviously, Picard. And then we will see for Sunday. Obviously, I'll probably be talking to Jason Scott then. So I'll see how himself and Blue Bonnet are feeling, and Rabbi are feeling about coming on a panel. If we do, we're going to have it early because fair play to Blue Bonnet, Jason, and the Rabbi. It was pretty late for them when they were doing the streams, and they stuck along with us. So if we do the Sunday streams, we might actually have them early. But actually, before you go, I wanted to show you this, because this has actually blown my mind. So the last review that we did, The Timeless Children, seems to be, if I'm correct, as it stands, it is the most viewed review that I've done. And I'm live now, and I'm actually looking, and the BBC or the YouTube have limited this stream. I suppose it's probably because of all the F-bombs. Right, so it was a 6-hour panel anyway. we had different panelists on. Obviously, it was streamed the night of the Timeless Children. And there you go. I'll show you there now. So I want to congratulate the rest of the panel. And I'd like to thank every single person that actually took the time to watch the stream. And I've seen all your comments on it. I'm actually really surprised that there wasn't a lot more negative comments or people calling me out for crying. But we did have one person that said, "Oh yeah, you really did cry, ha ha ha." Yeah, actually I really did. Why would I come on and just like pretend to cry? I'm sorry. If you listen to the start of the stream and then you listen up until that point, you will hear when my voice cracks and you will hear when I break down. At the end of the day, I'm not embarrassed by that, but it obviously has gotten some attention because this is the only reason why I think that this video has done well. But there you go. So as you can see, the Timeless Children review that we did has 3,233 people viewed that. So I just want to thank everybody on the panel because, you know, even though it was an emotional stream, it was a great stream. You know, I don't. Some people have said to me, "Are you not embarrassed?" Why would I be embarrassed? I showed me emotions that night. That was. This is what this is about for me. I'm emotionally attached to this show. It's not just a TV show. Come here. How long have I been saying on this channel that this show is more than a show to me? If the Timeless Children showed that night, when I broke down, it showed what I've been telling you guys from day one is the truth. This show is more than a TV show. I have emotional attachment to this show. This show saved me life. So when I seen what happened on Sunday and I broke down, that was genuine. So yeah, there was one person that tried to say, you know, that yeah, you really did cry. Yes, I did. And you know what? I'm not ashamed to say it. You know, I wear it as a badge of honor. I don't care if some people in this fandom are making a laugh of me right now. You could do his little videos. Don't give a crap. Don't give a crap. One thing that shows is one thing that yous will never do. Yous will never cry over this show. Yous will never have that emotional attachment to this show like me. So it was a badge of honor. Yeah, I just cried when I start seeing the comments coming in when I start talking and the panel was there and I could see their faces. And when I start talking and then the part that gets to me though was when I'm actually talking about the master, when I spoke about when Sasha was afraid fans' reaction, I said it wasn't his fault and I just completely lose it there. That was genuine emotion. I don't know. You know what? That person must think I'm a great actor. And if that's the case, then fine. Give me the role of the doctor. So at least you know I can pull off a crime scene. So, right? But it wasn't. It was genuine emotion. And that wasn't only just because of the Timeless Children. Matthew was here in the chat. Matthew will tell you that was 2 years of bullshit. Right, coming out. It wasn't just the fact he destroyed Canon. This was everything that me, Matthew, and others on Facebook were fighting for at the beginning. Some of us kind of knew that something like this would happen, and that's what me and Matthew are. So when I cried, I was thinking of all those times that we knew that we said this. Especially when he cast Jodie Whittaker. Look at when Jodie Whittaker was cast, this whole thing about, you know, a second or female regeneration cycle was out there within hours, right? Someone had someone had come up with theories. So this is what me, Matthew, and others were talking about on Facebook in groups that I'm no longer allowed in. If you look, I'm banned from most of the Facebook groups that, you know, are the most popular ones on Facebook, because they don't like me. Because me and Matthew used to go in there into those groups, and you know, we'd fight. You know, they'd be praising Jodie Whittaker and praising everything that she was in, and me and Matthew would be like, no, she was crapping this and crapping that, and you know, we'd be fighting the corner, and we used to get still loud of stick, and we were telling people, wait, you see, something like this is going to happen, or something, and we were laughed at, and it's happened. But you know what? That those fans that were laugh. The only reason why they wanted this to happen, and this goes to show you why they'll never be a fan. They only wanted this to happen because they knew it would destroy us and we'd walk away. But do you know what? You have actually shot yourselves in the foot, because you've got your wish. Most of the YouTubers have walked away, and I know most of the fandom has walked away now. And what's going to happen is when Christmas comes, because you've decided that Chris Chibnall now knew that this would happen. That's why they've put it on Christmas now as a disguise, because if they were to put it on New Year's Day like they did, it would actually show lower. See, what's going to happen now is because it's put on Christmas, there might be a chance that this episode does better than the whole series put together, right? Because it's on Christmas Day. People are sitting at home, nothing better to do. They've probably watched movies. They'll just probably whack on Doctor Who because it happens to be on. So there are no ticks at the BBC. So this will be a way of kind of, you know, papering over that that there's problems at Doctor Who. Well, I know the BBC inside out. They're clever fuckers. Well, they think they're being clever. They can never pull the wool over my eyes. They went back to the Christmas because Christmas isn't confirmed. Is it? Well, Radio Times, they've all said festive special Christmas time. So I think it is confirmed, yeah. Yeah, I think BBC did confirm. Yeah, I think they said it's coming back Christmas. Yeah, I think one of the Twitter accounts did as well. It's Christmas. So, yeah. So again, but this will be to disguise it, because listen, it's been getting under 4 million. So Christmas Day, you're probably looking at around 7 or 8 million people might tune in to watch it, and then that will cover their arses. You know, they think they're being smart, but they're not. They're not. They're not. So that's what I'm saying. Instead of watching that Christmas special, why don't you watch something from Matt or David Tennant's specials? Watch one of their Christmas specials instead. Oh, I don't know. Right, folks, I'm going to go. Listen, have a great weekend. And, you know, Sunday stream, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not looking forward to, because it's a week since. And I'm still pretty raw. You know, I don't know if it ever happened to you, but do you ever know when you were a little kid? It's like what Critical Drinker said about the teddy bear, right? But for me, it was a 4-wheeler that I'd gotten for Christmas one year, right? It's that type of feeling. And it broke. And unfortunately, Dad fixed it the first time, but then it broke again. And he couldn't fix it. So he pretended that he would. And then, obviously, he got rid of it. Now, he ended up getting me something else, but he had to get rid of it because it was taking up. We were living in a flat at the time. So it's taking up room, and it's broke. You don't keep it. If you can't repair it, it gets thrown out, chucked out. And I remember then seeing him taking it down. And I was roaring and crying, and I was devastated. And I remember as a kid, I wouldn't talk to him for ages and ages. And this is how I feel now about Chris Chibnall right now in Doctor Who. It's like that devastation again. But I'd even go one step further and saying it's like a loss. It's like as if I'm mourning or something. I mean, seriously, I'm not going to lie. I've always been truthful on this channel. like I'll be sitting there and I'll just burst into tears because something will just pop into me head. I mean, I was doing that video. I did a couple of videos last night, and while I was doing them, that's why it took me so long to get them up. I just kept breaking down. Every time I read an article and I hear what this man is planning on doing, it's like I'm being stabbed in the heart yet again. It's like he's not satisfied until he completely destroys my childhood. That's not just mine, obviously. It's everybody else's. But he's not happy until he does that. And that's what kills me the most, is that he just wasn't happy with just doing this and then fecking off or whatever. He has to go back now and touch Classic Who and make changes to that just to fit what he's doing now. And if you have to do that, as I said, well, then you shouldn't be showrunner. You shouldn't be actually writing for the show. And Piers Wenger, all I just like to say to you is I hope you're happy. Because, you know, all I'll say to you is that, look, I'm gone past the fact of being angry at you or Chris Chibnall at this stage. I'm just angry at the little shills that support you now. But what I would say to you two guys in particular is that you don't know what you've done to me and every other fan out there, but I'd just like to let you know that you've basically ripped one of the best things that I had in my life, apart from my wife and my dog and my family, obviously. But you took something that I cherished and you basically shat all over it. And I hope you realise the damage that you've done. I hope you realise the amount of hurt and anger and despair that you've caused. It's like I'm going through different stages every day. I'm working on another video that'll probably bring a tear or two to people's eyes. I'm going to use a bit of Murray Gold's music because I know everybody. This video won't be monetized anyway because I'll be using copyrighted music, but I don't care. It's for you guys. It's for us. I'm working on a little video, a slideshow video, and I have a nice little ending. I have a nice little ending in mind after the music drops, and I think the endings will get to people because even when I was thinking about it myself, I actually start welling up like I'm doing now. I'm actually trying to hold it together right now because I don't want to go off on one again. But this is what this man has done to me and a lot of other fans out there, and it's unforgivable. And you know, there's been showrunners out there and writers out there that have been accused of damaging Doctor Who, but it's always recovered. Unfortunately, this time, he's going to bring the whole lot down. And, you know, I should be happy about that because then it means he won't be able to do any more damage. But we'll never get Doctor Who back on the TV again. Like, just why? That's the question I have, actually. That is the, do you know what? Forget about every other question I said I'd ask Chris Chibnall. That's my question. Why? Why did you feel this was necessary to do? Just try make me understand. But he'll never make me understand. And it annoys me because he's supposed to be a fan. And that's what upsets me. He's supposed to be a fan. Jesus Christ, we've all been embarrassed by Doctor Who at one stage or another. But it doesn't mean that you have to go in and wreck everything because you were embarrassed by it. He's going to ruin the charm. He's going to destroy it. Yeah, Chris, I reckon, I don't know though, I don't think it would come back. I don't think it can recover from this 15 years. I think you're even being generous there, to be quite honest with you. But you know what? Gary said something and it really hit home. And now I don't know how Star Wars fans would feel about this, but I actually do agree with him. He actually said that Chris Chibnall has put Alex Kurtzman and Ryan Johnson and all those other hacks to shame. Like, he has actually, like, where the others have screwed up the franchises, Chris Chibnall has done it in such a way where this is like not salvageable. He has, I said it last year even about Series 11. If you look at what those have done compared to Chibnall, I mean, Series 11 is probably the most, as I said, the best bit of propaganda that you'll ever get on any TV show or movie last year. And now he has managed to even upstage them again, because the other lads, while they have messed and fecked up canon, he's a completely obliterate. He's gone one step further. He's completely come in. He's basically said, look, this is Kurtzman and Jar Jar, right? And they're like, and then Chibnall comes here, hold my cup, I'll show you how it's done. Yeah. He's worse. That's what Gary said. And I agree. And this one hurts him more because he's as passionate about Doctor Who as I am. I just why? I even said in night the stream, just what, Chris, why? Just explain to me, Chibnall, why? Just come on. Oh, I'm sorry. I said goodbye about 20 minutes ago, but that's what happens. But this is how I feel. I have to get it out there. I need it out there. It's helping. Because I know some of you are feeling exactly the way I am. So the fact that I can actually speak to you guys about this makes me feel a little bit better. I know that sounds a bit selfish, but I'm absolutely heartbroken. I'll never forgive him. Moffat, I can forgive. Moffat I can. Looking back, compared to what Chibnall has done, Moffat was a blip. But this man, no. And unfortunately, as I said, poor classic Who. Right, I'm gonna go because I know if I go any longer, I need to actually gather my thoughts and just, get myself together, because I don't want to start on this stream getting upset again. It's not fair either. I don't want to get anybody else going. But I tell you, I don't know. We can, I wish I could just sit here and say thank you for the history. But he's even gone. And I'm looking at my DVDs now. I'm looking at William Hartnell. Unearthly Child is looking at me right now. An Unearthly Child is looking at me right now. I've got Christopher Eccleston's book beside that. And I've got a couple of Tom Baker DVDs there. And on the very, very top of the shelf that I have there, I have the first series of the 2005 era. And I'm just looking at all that history right there in front of me eyes, and yeah, oh my God. I don't know. It looks like I'm giving up. It looks like Doctor Who is gone. And it looks like I'm done. I can't even say thanks for the memories anymore because he's about to destroy them too. So, you know, as I said, don't care about the amount of money I've spent over the years. It's the emotional investment. It's like you support something for so long and then you come to realize that everything you've supported is basically a lie. That's what it is. It's basically a lie. Everything that we've gotten to know about is a lie. And that's what he's done. And these shills, oh, this is great for canon, that's the canon. That's what they'll never understand. Because, you know, they can't see past their own ideology. They can't see past their own stupidness. Because they don't have any intelligence, most of these people. But yeah. I don't know. I know I'm kind of going. I'm not making sense right now. I better go. Right, listen. Thanks for joining me. As I said, I'm on Rabbi's channel tomorrow. We were supposed to stream with Ballstrek. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen this week. So hopefully next week, if everything is fine on Ballstrek's end, we will be I think it's myself. I won't mention the other guests just in case it's changed, but I'll be definitely on with Ballstrek, and there will be a couple of more guests, but I'm not mentioning the other guests because there is a few people that don't like their names mentioned just in case plans have changed, so I won't mention the other guests. I don't know what happened with I don't know what's happening with the Doomcock thing. I don't know if that's supposed to be tomorrow, tomorrow Saturday as well. I think that was scheduled for tomorrow. We were supposed to be live with him last week, and I think it was reorganized. It was reorganized for this week, but we haven't had time to catch up yet. So I'll have to see. We will have to see where that goes. So. I'll let you know tomorrow if I am actually on Doomcock's channel tomorrow. He's supposed to be doing a whole Doctor Who thing where he's bringing on Doctor Who fans, and he's invited me on that. So that was supposed to be last week. It was scheduled for this week, so we'll see what happens with that. I'll have to touch base with him on that one again and see what the story is with that. And then, of course, as you know, I'm back Sunday myself anyway for a stream. But I'll be here on my own Sunday because Cheryl is off to a christening with the rest of the family. I'm here to look after Ted. So what I'll do is I'll probably do a couple of streams over the whole of Sunday. So we'll probably do 2 or 3 streams maybe over the Sunday period. So we will be busy. I'll see if I can even get a couple of guests on. Might be able to see if I can squeeze in because I'll be on, as I said, a couple of times. I might do a big long ass stream. We'll see how we feel. Right? What time am I doing the stream? With who? Rabbi. The stream with Rabbi, I think it's normally, what is it? 8 o'clock? Is it 8 o'clock? I will let you know. I'll let you know. That stream Rabbi that be on Picard. He does a guest panel, and then obviously Sunday. Then I will let you know Saturday, which is tomorrow, or I'll let you know when I do the first stream on Sunday if we have a panel for Sunday night. If the same panel is coming back, and we'll probably do a 1 week later stream. See how everybody is holding up. And of course, we'll start talking and reminiscing again, and maybe get their opinions on the Digital Spy article. But listen, I'm not going anywhere. As I said, the panels will continue. But I will also, I'm also going to be bringing back the phone-ins. Just don't know when yet, but I'm going to be bringing them back as well, because we need to, as I said, we need to get as many voices heard. So even if some of you are in the live chat and you don't want to come on a panel, you can contact me through Messenger, right? But you have to let me know who you are, because I'm getting a few people that have tried to pull a fast one, and say that they know me on the channel, and it turns out that they don't at all. So all you guys, listen, all I'll say is all you guys know which social media platforms I'm on, right? And let's just say you know which ones I'm on, but I haven't mentioned certain ones. So, and you know the name of some of my groups. Maybe I should ask you a question so I know. I don't know. We'll think of something, but bringing back the phone-ins. Want to get as many voices as I can. Listen, I'd bring on J-bots, but they'll come on. They'll start ridiculing and giving out as they always do. They never have that, and they can't come up with a decent argument, so they have to resort to the usual name calling business. So we bring back the phone-ins. So the likes of the people that don't like being on screen, if you would like to phone in, we'll be doing phone-ins. But we'll do that sometime. We're in March now. We might bring it back March, April, May, June. Let's see. Might bring it back at the start of April. Actually, yeah. We'll bring back the phone-ins in April. We'll get you all there, because everybody be settled then. We'll see what kind of articles these idiots throw out after the fact. Right, listen, I'm going to go anyway. Good night. God bless. Talk to you all very, very soon. Have a good night. Don't get into any trouble. Have a good weekend and all that. Don't get too drunk. Don't drink and drive. All of that other nonsense. And you know yourself. Just enjoy life. And listen, talk to you really soon. And listen, thanks for listening to me. Thank you for all the super chats. Chris and all the other moderators, as usual. Thank you. Oh, just one more thing before we do go. Because it had to be said at the start of the stream. We don't want any crude or bad language in the chat. Now, you've already seen what happens when I drop F-bombs. My stream has been limited on this because of that. So I even have to kind of tone down a bit. But we don't want any rude comments made about Jodie Whittaker or anybody like Sasha or anybody like that. And we certainly don't want any cursing. Even if you replace the I in shy with a one, that's still classed as bad language, and the comment will be removed. Unfortunately, YouTube are coming down hard on channels like this. You know me, I never was like this before. Right? When I first started this channel, I was dropping F-bombs and everybody was dropping F-bombs. But unfortunately, YouTube have changed their terms and conditions, and you know, they're coming down hard on this sort of behavior. And unfortunately, whether I know people get emotional and stuff, I've even get emotional and drop a few F-bombs myself. See, here's the problem. Sometimes they won't limit me stream and they'll let me drop as many F-bombs as I want. But if there's an F-bomb in the chat, or there's even a word that's like shy or fuck or anything like that, YouTube then actually limit the stream. So they come down hard on the subscribers more than they come down on me. So when you come onto a stream, remember the rules, because some have been away for a while. So I'm just letting you know that you are back. The thing is, the rules have changed now. YouTube's rules have changed. So I've had to make rules on the channel. That's why Chris and when Cheryl is on really are the two bosses of this chat. What they say goes. Then we've got Unknown 289. Chuck is here as well. Whatever they say goes. So if anybody is told in the chat that they have to keep the chat clean and you don't, well, they already have been given permission to remove anybody that they deem has broken those rules. So if anybody was muted for a while tonight, anybody, that is the reason why we took down any messages like that. And as Chris has said, the YouTube rules are always changing and they don't let anybody know. So it affects this channel. And unfortunately, I have to say, even though it's not my intention to be making money off this channel, even though it's monetized now, YouTube have made it about that. So if this channel is not deemed a success, yeah, and they deem success by financially, right? So if my videos are being limited, well, then I'm not making what I should be making off them. And then YouTube could see that then as a negative and say, well, this channel's not worth keeping up, and they could take down my channel. So, yeah, everybody has to help. And I know I have to kind of cut it down as well a little bit, but I get so angry. But just because I do it in the chat, and maybe the panelists might, and even the panelists now, when they come on, they don't drop as many F-bombs. I think Sunday was probably the first time that I just didn't give a shit about the rules. It's just what they're doing. They're just idiots, YouTube. They're making it difficult. And I don't want to lose this channel because Matthew has been here from the start, just like Daniel. And they'll tell you the amount of hard work I've put into this. And I'll be utterly devastated if this YouTube channel is taken away from me as well. So I know passions are high right now. And I know people have a lot of anger. And I've even seen in some of the comments that you are leaving, a lot of you are dropping, saying that he's raped Doctor Who, or he's fucked Doctor Who over. I know you are upset and angry, but you have to look. You will see that sometimes the comments don't go up. Now I've allowed the comments so far, but I have to stop that as well, because you can't be saying things like that. I know people are angry, right? You can get your point across in the comments without dropping bombs, because, you know, look what happened on Ballstreck's video. People went in onto his video and started talking racist shit on his video. And then what happened then? Ballstreck got it in the neck. So I have to be careful, because right now these J-bots are targeting anybody that comes out against this. I'm actually surprised that they haven't come after me yet, because normally they do. But they probably seen me on another stream and seen where I actually destroyed someone. So they're probably afraid to approach me now. But they should be. They should be. And if I see any of them at any of the Comic-Cons, if I ever go, all those people that have had that to say to me, I'll go over and say, would you like to say that to me face now? I thought not. Listen, next time don't talk shit about me on Twitter. Yeah, coming, yeah. Right, I'm off. Good night. For the third time or something. Cheryl's right. I'm always saying good night on this channel and I never go. Right, good night, folks. Moderators, everybody in the live chat. To everybody that sent me a super chat tonight. And by the way, I have to actually say to everybody, thank you for that, because I know some of you were making a point when someone said something in the chat. But I just want to thank you all for all the support. It does mean a lot. And when I do see a super chat, you know, I'm not going to lie, it puts a smile on my face. It means something. It means that what I'm doing here means something to you guys as well. Because I know, you know, that you could spend your money on more important things, but you believe in what we're doing on this channel. And that's what what gets me every time. So for everybody that sent me a super chat, for everybody that supports this channel, whether it's watching a video, giving the channel a sub, or it's liking a video, I appreciate it all. And I love yous all. Good night. And listen, we're going nowhere. And if we don't have Doctor Who together, I'm pretty sure we'll have something else in common, something else that we can all talk about together on this channel. But we won't give up, because, you know, the Doctor wouldn't, if the Doctor was around, the real Doctor wouldn't give up on us. So we're not going to give up on the Doctor. Good night. I'll talk to you later. Listen, I'll have that other video up tomorrow. I'll put that other video up tomorrow. But I have a bit of a tribute video that I'm going to throw up tomorrow. I might drop it tonight. It all depends how I'm feeling. It all depends how bad I get. If I could drop it up tonight, I'll drop it up tonight. If not, it'll be tomorrow. And look out for that video. And it's for you guys, and it's for us to remember. And I've just thrown a little video together that I think you will like. But I'm going to use a bit of Murray Gold music. But there's something that I have planned for the end of the video that might send a few of you over the edge. Because even me thinking about it, I start crying. And if I get upset of an idea that I've come up with, well then, trust me, I know people will like it. Because some people always say, when it comes to my videos, I always seem to pick the right music, and they like me music choices. Well, I'm pretty sure you will definitely like the next video that I'm going to do. And if some of you cry, it's job done. Yeah, right, gone. Here we go. Where's the trailer? There you go. Right, I'm going. Just one more thing. I'm only messing. Good night.